Today, for the very first time, I am going to be listening to the classic Beatles album, Abbey Road.
Bang, bang, Maxwell, silver hammer came down upon her head. Bang, bang, Maxwell, silver hammer made sure that she was dead.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another album review / reaction here on the channel. My name is Patrick Musilek, and this is my cousin Cody. No relation. And we are here to finally do what we have been talking about doing. We've been kind of building up to this video, Cody, for a while, right?
Yeah, kind of. We've always picked this one out as like going to be the last of the canon albums, really. I mean, we might go back and do earlier ones.
I do think we'll do a couple earlier ones for sure, but like this is kind of the culmination of the Beatles' career, I think, from what I've understand.
Exactly. Yep.
And I got to take these off right away because I can't stand it. But I've got these are my John Lennon glasses. If you're joining us here for the first time on the channel, just know that Cody and I have been going through the Beatles albums very slowly, kind of over the last probably I would say 6 months or so. But we've been trying to do them a little faster since I got out of the hospital and everything, all the drama from last year.
We've been having so much fun with them.
We have been having a lot of fun, and we've been really enjoying doing these. And so we have other videos here on the channel if you want to go check out. We started with Sgt. Pepper's, and then we went back one album and did Revolver. And then we did Let It... Then was it just Let It Be? And then
we did White Album.
Oh, White Album, then Let It Be.
Yeah.
And now we're on to Abbey Road, and very excited for this. This will be my first time hearing it. Cody is familiar with the Beatles. He doesn't know everything there is to know about the Beatles, but in this case here, he is kind of the expert. But like I said, again, he doesn't know everything about the Beatles, so don't get too hard on him if he doesn't.
At least I have notes on who sings what.
Yeah, for sure, because that's something people get mad at us in the comments that I can't tell the difference between. But hey, this is my first time genuinely hearing this. I have not.
Since I've been listening critically, I do think I've been getting better at distinguishing their voices.
Sure.
Whereas I never thought about that before, like who sang what, and I didn't really care.
Yeah, and that's why it's so fun to do stuff like this, because you, like, especially with you, Cody, because you and I have talked about music for years and years and years, but actually sitting and listening to music together, doing stuff on the channel is the first time we really like sort of analyze the music more, and it's been really fun to experience that with you as we've been doing this. And we've also been doing Blur, we've been doing other stuff later on in the year. I know this isn't necessarily a big crossover with Beatles fans, but I really, really want us to get into doing Depeche Mode's discography. Not everything, because there's a lot of albums, and I don't think that you guys will enjoy everything. I think you would like it all probably, Cody, and at least enjoy it. But I want to do those videos with someone else we do reactions with here on the channel, Chris Parker, and I think that those will be some really fun videos. So, it's just kind of fun. We've got a lot of fun things planned. But if this is your first video here on the channel, I do recommend checking those other videos out. If you're curious about how we do things here, we are going to listen to this entire album from front to back. Hopefully you'll be able to hear the audio that we're listening to. I try to include it in every video. And so far, the Beatles have been really great. I believe they own their own music, right, Cody? Like they are in charge of. So so their estate or whatever is in charge of it, and they allow the stuff to be used on YouTube. But all ad revenue from this video and all of our Beatles videos.
For a long time, Michael Jackson owned it.
I was aware of that. I think we talked about that before. So
never really understood that, but yeah, Apple owns everything. That's why they had the whole dispute with iTunes, and they weren't on Spotify until 5 or 6 years ago or something like that. So
interesting. Yeah. So but whoever owns it, whoever is in charge of their music and their copyright settings, they allow it to be used. But like I said, none of the ad revenue from this video goes to our channel. None of the ad revenue from any video on our channel goes to us, with the very few exceptions. And so if you do like the way we do stuff here, if you've enjoyed some of our other videos, we have a Ko-fi account. I'm working on getting our Patreon account set up, and we're not going to have like a Patreon where we like hide things on Patreon or do things like that. It'll just be a way for people to donate to us, and we'll put some fun stuff up there that people can have. And maybe every now and then we'll think of something we can do fun with Patreon, but like trying to do meetups and things like that, which we already do on our Discord. So I highly recommend people check out our Discord. All the links for that stuff will be in the description. But we're going to listen to the entire album. We'll probably pause between songs and discuss what we're hearing. This genuinely will be my first time hearing this album. I have not looked at the track listing for this yet. That's something we do as part of these videos before we get into listening. And I'm excited to see how many songs from this album I know.
Yeah, me too.
In a lot of the videos leading up to this, I keep saying that I expect the Beatles to be like a 60s rock band performing with an orchestra, and it has never been that pretty much at all. And
the closest we've got is with Let It Be, with all the stuff added in.
Which I think is the best Beatles song that I've heard up to this point, and definitely is the highest quality thing I've heard. And that's something else to mention. We, in all of these videos so far we have been listening to the super deluxe editions, the modern sort of like, they're remasters, I guess, but the modern...
They're called remixes.
The modern remixes of these albums, and I have been loving that. I think that they sound fantastic. I think from a technical standpoint, it's phenomenal.
And Giles Martin does those, by the way, the son of George Martin.
Yeah, and so that's what we're doing here again. And what year was this one done? Is this a more recent one or one of the earlier ones?
2019, which I think is one of the earlier ones, like maybe the second one.
Yeah, well, I think 2015 was the first one we listened to.
Oh, was there?
Which Sgt. Pepper's, I think, was 2015, maybe 2018.
Yeah.
But anyway, we got a lot of fun stuff for that. And then first, I'm getting a little parched, so I'm going to open my beverage, which in this video I have a Voltage Mountain Dew. Not for any particular reason, other than I wanted to drink one, and I don't drink soda pop very much anymore. So when we do videos like this, I make it my special occasion, and I try to really enjoy it, but I'll probably be done before we even start the album.
I still have not got that Baja Blast, the new Baja that's in stores.
The like orange one, the citrus fusion or whatever.
I'm kind of excited to try it. Pop is so expensive.
See, I know. I'm just afraid that it's going to be orange, and I don't care for orange soda.
Oh, I loved Livewire.
Yeah, that's never been my favorite. So, but yeah, definitely let me know what you think. I also have off to the side today for a little bit of nourishment. I have 4 enormous grapes that I can eat throughout the video just because I'm a weirdo.
Nice. We just freaked out the other night because we also had some gigantic grapes and we dropped one on the floor and the dog ate it immediately.
Oh,
and
like grapes are not
like
good.
A big thing, and then you're looking up and everyone is like, "You need to call a vet right now.
Oh,
you need to. Funny. He needs to vomit right now." He was fine.
Okay, good.
Nothing happened.
That's so funny you say that because I did not know that. For people watching, we do not have an animal indoors or anything like that. Currently, we don't actually have a dog, but I live on a farm. Anyway, I saw a whole a skit video the other day it was a cartoon of someone whose dog ate it and they took it to the emergency room and it was like this crazy thing, but it was like a comedy sketch of people freaking out about it. And then the owners went to jail and they had to spend their whole lives in jail and stuff. It was pretty funny.
The amount of times we spend asking Google, can dogs eat this?
It's a lot.
It's like once a week.
Yep, we do that with people's ages. We're always like, hey, how old is, you know, Batista, or how old is wrestlers generally? But okay, so everybody, thank you so much for joining us. Like I said, I feel to me like this is sort of like celebration of everything we've done thus far, though we are not done with the Beatles. So now also, before we get too deep into it, Cody, because I'm me and I have to do something stupid and unrelated in every video and then probably cut it out and either put it at the end or never put it in the videos. The other day I went to Deals for Days, and which is a store around here where it's open on Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday.
Oh, sure. It's one of those.
Yeah, you go there on Saturday and everything in the whole place is $7. You go on Sunday, everything that's left is $5. You go Monday, everything that's left is $3. You go in on Tuesday, the day I go in there, everything's $1. And so I bought a whole sack full of things. It just 12, I think it was 11 things. So it cost me like 12 something. Whoa. But I'm not going to show you everything because it'd be boring as heck. But I did buy a couple of interesting things. One of those, I'm curious to see if you have ever heard of this before. So this is a book. It's called Satan is Real, and it says the beautiful.
Is this an old book?
No, it's a new book, but it's made to look old. But listen to what it's about. It says, the beautiful and tragic saga of the Louvin brothers, one of the most legendary country duos of all time, is one of America's great untold stories. Charlie Louvin was a good, God-fearing, church-going singer, but his brother, Ira, had the devil in him and was known for smashing his mandolin to splinters on stage, cussing out Elvis Presley, and trying to strangle his third wife with a telephone cord. With a moving forward by Chris Christopherson, Satan is Real is an incredible tale of Charlie Louvin's 65-year career, the timeless murder ballads of the Louvin brothers, and the epic tale of two brothers bound together by love, hate, alcohol, blood, and music.
I mean, did he murder the other guy?
I
or
don't
something?
know, but isn't that
This
cool?
is crazy. Also, Elvis is pretty devilish, so I think cursing out Elvis on stage is pretty Christian.
Yeah, for sure. And you got to
That's,
love Chris Christopherson giving his input here at the beginning.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, and it was actually, it says it was written, I think, by Charlie Louvin with Benjamin Whitmer. So he had a like a ghostwriter or whatever, I think, but or someone helping him. But there's a picture of the guy, so he
just,
did
like,
live to an old age. But
talking crap about his brother the whole time in this book.
well, I just thought that it sounded fun, and for a buck,
I would buy that for.
I was like, heck yeah, that sounds interesting. So if anybody watching this, I think it's from the music from around the same time, 50s and 60s.
Louvin Brothers.
Yeah, it's Louvin.
Yeah, I see him. I've never heard of him. But...
Yeah, me either. So I don't know. We'll see. That'll be fun. But let us know in the comments if you're a fan of the Louvin brothers.
Yeah.
I doubt it, but who knows?
Oh, they have. Okay. I thought that cover looked familiar. They have an album called Satan is Real, and that is the album cover.
Okay.
And I've seen that album cover.
Well, you'll have to keep an eye out for it now.
It's like a famous, like, kind of ridiculous album cover.
Well, I mean, the version of the devil on there looks, I don't know, you can't tell here. It's not high
I
quality.
can see it on here.
It looks very Japanese, demon type of thing.
Yeah.
But it might not be. I have no idea. But that's kind of, I would say that's what it kind of looks like. But I don't know. I just think I just thought it was cool.
Well, okay, look at that picture.
Yeah.
The devil, I'm learning this, is a 12-foot tall plywood painted devil behind them.
Okay, interesting. Okay, it does kind of look like that. So
It looked like they just like drew it on the cover, but
yeah, it does. Oh, and they're standing in front of like a real fire. So okay, very interesting. And they're just going,
yeah, they're just singing. That was a 1959 gospel country album. So that's a pretty cool cover.
Yeah, and it says on the front, one of the most important and illuminating memoirs ever written by a country singer.
Huh.
So better than Garth Brooks.
There you go.
Okay, also, I had to get this because I just thought it was cute. It's a little plushy log with a little plushy fire.
Very
so
nice.
There we go. And it was originally from Target, and I saw that because it's on the tag. But yeah, it's got little beans in it. But who cares? I was like, that's cool. So I'll shove it somewhere. Shove it somewhere, and he can just chill down there. And the last thing, one of the coolest things I've literally ever in my entire life bought ever, and I cannot wait to show you this, Cody. This is my new obsession.
What?
You're trying to read something and you can't.
Is this a monocle?
It's a modern monocle.
It's a monocle that goes to either eye.
Yeah.
That you don't have to squish in your eye socket to hold.
But the thing that's weird about it, though, is I can't tell.
So
legitimately,
is it just a magnifier or is it prescription?
It's a prescription. It's 3.5 magnification. But I legitimately cannot tell if they go on my nose face this way or this way. But the funny thing is, I would think, to me, it looks more natural like this.
Yeah.
But this is the space for your nose, and it has the like bumps there for the nose.
Oh yeah.
And the writing on the side, the company is Vicci, V-I-C-C-I. The writing is like this. So it implies to me
I think you're supposed to wear
that you're
them like
supposed
that.
to put them on like this, which makes more sense. And so you just flip them over.
Huh. It's like that GIF from Spy Kids where the lenses are like 18 lenses pop in front of his eye.
So it makes me really sick to look through this, but I had to get it. And there was like a lady working there, and she was just like bored out of her gourd. And so I was looking through stuff, and I put them on, and I turned around and looked at her, and she was just looked up from her book, and she went. It was a great moment. It was a great moment.
Okay, do you want to know what they're actually for, or is that going to ruin it?
No, yeah, sure.
From what I found, there's an article here, and it's for women to put on makeup, because you put on your makeup and then you flip it over to your other eye and then put on your makeup on your other eye.
Why wouldn't you just take your glass? Well, because you need to see. Oh,
yeah.
Hey, you know what? That's cool.
And the picture I see is using it like that.
That's cool. Yeah, I don't have a problem with that.
No,
I still
that's
think
awesome.
it's cool and funny.
Yeah, it's like,
You know,
yeah, I love it.
I can't think of anything I would could literally ever use them for, but it just
You could flip it straight up and use it for your third eye.
oh, that's you figured it. You got it. You figured it out.
You get like a turban up there, and
Oh no, hold on. We can't talk about the Middle East.
whoa, sorry.
Not that they wear, but maybe they wear turbans in South Asia. Sorry for people watching who don't know what we're talking about. If I don't cut this out of the video, is we just did our Gorillas reaction, and we've got a lot of comments that are saying that I'm racist because I don't know that much about the Middle Eastern area of the world, which I don't, which is
You
totally
kind of
fine.
lumped everything together, and yeah, they're all different countries. And
Right,
blah, blah, blah.
but if you showed me a song from India and a song from whatever country is actually in the Middle East, I don't know if I could tell you the difference. And so, and that's, to me, that's fine. I think it's fun that we were experiencing something that was clearly inspired by a different culture.
When it comes to music and culture, stuff like that, and media, those lines are all blurred.
I don't
Like
even...
all that stuff influences each other over there.
Oh, for sure. Because the Gorillaz album was inspired by India, but they made it in England.
Yeah, and then there was like
part of it
dudes
was
from like
recorded
8
in
different
India as
countries
well.
on there too.
Yes. Yep. Okay, so that's me being done at the beginning of the video with all the goofy stuff. So Cody, you can take it away and tell me what you think I need to know about this before we get into it.
Yeah, I mean we've it feels like every video we've kind of mentioned this album.
We've talked about it a bit, yeah.
So you kind of know this is not the last chronologically, but it is the last thing they ever recorded.
Yep.
The last album they ever recorded together. It was kind of like it wasn't received super well when it came out, but it's since then I think most people consider it their best album.
Okay.
It's got like on Spotify, their most popular song on Spotify is "Here Comes the Sun." That is on this one.
Oh, okay, so while we're getting into this, do you think now is a good time for me to look at the track listing?
Yeah, why don't we just go down the track list, see if you recognize anything.
Okay, so here we go. So
Use the Super Deluxe edition.
So Abbey Road Super Deluxe. It's funny. I told Cody before we started recording that earlier today I was listening to "Let It Be," the version of the album we listened to. I did not tell you that I had a hard time finding it because it's not actually listed as an album; it's listed as a compilation.
Okay, I don't know about that.
It
Like
is.
it's not in there. It's not in there like canon.
The Let It
albums.
Be Super Deluxe Edition. You cannot listen to the 2021 version if you go to the Beatles, click on albums, and then click See All. It's not in there. Just the 2009 remastered version.
Yeah, that's what it seems like they do with these new mixes. Is they're only on Spotify as the Super Deluxe versions. There's at least one other one that's like that, and then they're not counted as one of the albums because they don't want to have. I don't know why they don't replace
Multiple
the 2009
versions.
mixes.
I think because I
think people would maybe riot because like the 2009 versions are the original versions just cleaned up.
Right. Rather than these being the sort of remixed versions.
So this is maybe the safe way of doing it without like
Right.
making a new canon of
And I
albums.
guess it technically is a compilation because it's the deluxe edition, which has like 25 bonus discs full of millions of extra songs. Okay,
Yeah,
so I'm now looking for the first time at the track listing for the album.
Okay.
Oh wow, how many tracks are all 17 this actual album?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm seeing some horrid looking stuff on here. From track 10 to track 17, nothing is over 2 minutes and 20 seconds long. So you can get out of here with whatever that is.
We can maybe talk about that now. How do you feel?
Okay. Well, hold on. Let me go. Let me look at the actual songs first. Okay. So,
all right.
So track 1, "Come Together." I know that one. That's "Come Together Right Now Over Me" or "Over You" or whichever the word is. So I have heard that. Is that okay? I think the music for that one is that dum dum da da dum.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I've heard that. Never listened to it closely, but I've heard it on the radio growing up.
Sure.
Track 2, "Something." No idea. Track 3, "Maxwell Silverhammer." No. Oh, Beatles, you cheeky chaps. Oh, Darling. No. "Octopus's Garden." No. "I Want You."
Really?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Then I Want You, She's So Heavy. Now, is that She's So, or She Ain't Heavy, She's My Brother? Is that a different song?
No, that's the Hollies.
That's the Hollies. Okay, I'm familiar with that song. But okay, then Here Comes the Sun. Is that Here Comes the Sun?
Yes.
Doo-doo-doo-doo? Really?
I would have been shocked if you don't know that one.
That, to me, seems like it would be a much older song for them.
Yeah.
So that's very interesting because that seems like a more poppy, like.
Yeah, it is more.
But we talked about on Let It Be
Sgt. Pepper or something.
Yeah, we talked about on Let It Be that they had a song on there that was like one of their earlier songs.
That is true. That's not the case in this case, but
okay,
yeah.
Interesting. Then we have track 8, Because, I don't think so. You Never Gave Me Your Money, don't think so. Sun King, no. Mr. Mean Mustard, Mean Mr. Mustard. Is that song about Clue? We were joking around about Clue the other day. No, don't know it. Polythene Pam? No.
Polythene Pam.
Polythene
or
Pam,
as we
no.
say in America, polyethylene.
Okay.
I don't know if that's an old-timey word for polyethylene or if it's just the British version.
That sounds like I don't know which one would be first, but yeah.
Like aluminium versus aluminum kind of a thing.
Yeah, for sure. She Came In Through the Bathroom Window, no. Golden Slumbers, no. Carry That Weight. I don't think so.
Okay.
That, for some reason, that makes me pause.
Yeah.
So I don't know. The End, I don't know. And then Her Majesty, no clue. So I'm actually very surprised. Now, do you think that there will be some of these that I hear and go, oh, I just didn't know that's what that was?
Possibly.
Okay.
Yeah, so let's talk about starting with She Came In Through the Bathroom Window.
Okay.
Wait, no, sorry. You Never Give Me Your Money. Way back, track number 9. So track number 9 through 16, and I have no idea how you feel about this, is a medley.
Okay, so it's just supposed to be one track?
Yes. They're pretty distinct sections. Like they're kind of...
Okay.
Well, we'll talk about it more when we get there, but like...
Okay.
But it's meant to be listened to all through.
Okay.
Which kind of sucks because... they're different parts, and so I would like to pause between them, but we probably shouldn't. People would probably hate us if we just broke up the 15-minute medley.
Are there like distinct
times.
Like do the parts stop before they go into the next one, or are
some of them do? It's meant to be gapless.
Okay.
But like, but some of them transition together nicely. Some of them not so much.
Well,
But
let me
they
ask
are
you
meant
this.
to be listened through.
Let me ask you this, because they're all incredibly so short.
Yeah.
You know, we could listen to the entire thing all the way through, and then if we wanted to, go back and check out parts of them and stuff.
Yeah.
Because some of them are very short. So
yeah. I think it would be a mistake to break them up.
Okay, when you said that, my initial impression was I think we should listen to them all together.
Yeah.
That was my initial thought.
So we don't have the total runtime on here, but like that medley is most of side 2, really, and I think this video will go kind of quick because of that.
That's all right. So what's I doubt it will, but so what's the first track of side 2 then?
That would be Here Comes the Sun. That's not part of the medley. The first part of the medley is You Never Give Me Your Money.
Okay, right. So it's Here Comes the Sun, then Because, and then You Never Give Me Your Money, and from then on.
Yep.
Okay. And You Never Give Me Your Money is a full 4-minute long song, so that's interesting.
I've never understood why that's considered part of the medley, aside from I think maybe there's a reprise of that later on.
Okay, that would make sense.
But yeah, that one is kind of a full song, but it leads into it. So
yeah, we'll just listen to it. Okay, so then as we look through the rest of this, have you looked through this? Do you think there's other things we should listen to on the deluxe edition? Just while we're talking.
No, I mean, I was wondering where Hey Jude fits into their discography because that was a single only, and it was around the time of this album. They also released, after the Beatles broke up, they released in America an album called Hey Jude, which had that song as well as like every single good popular single that wasn't on an album. So it's actually kind of an awesome album.
Okay, sure.
But yeah, the Beatles did that a lot where they would release a single, like there was one with Let It Be.
Interesting. Here the third to last track on this whole thing is just called The Long One, and it's the entire medley.
Oh, well, there you go. 16-minute version of that.
Now, I don't know if it's
I wonder why, like I wonder if it's different in some way.
That's what I'm curious about. Maybe we should.
I mean, I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah.
It might just be, well, no, I don't know.
Well, you can listen to it before we get there and just see if you think.
Yeah, maybe.
But okay, so that's all the songs. So interesting.
So you knew a couple of them.
I think really only two. Here
Come
Comes the
Together
Sun
and
and
Here Comes
Come
the Sun.
Together.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's not that surprising, I guess, but you might recognize a couple others, just not by their title.
Okay, yeah, and that's possible. Beatles name their songs weird crap, so.
Yeah. I mean, generally the title is like in the chorus.
That's true. They just sing about weird stuff. That's
Yeah,
true.
sometimes the chorus
Very
is weird.
True. Yeah, very true.
Yeah, like She Came In Through the Bathroom Window or Maxwell's Silver Hammer.
Or what's the on the second track on Let It Be? That's Dig a Pony.
Oh, yeah.
What that's weird as heck. You know what I mean?
Yeah. They say it in the song, but it still makes no sense.
Right. It doesn't, even though it's in context with the song. So
Yeah, I can't wait till we do the Get Back documentary.
yeah,
You're gonna get so familiar with those songs.
Yeah, I'm excited for it too.
Yeah.
Okay, so what else do I need to know about this then? So
Let me see if I did any notes for no, I just have like individual song notes.
okay, so refresh my mind then. So they recorded Let It Be.
Yes.
And it didn't get released.
Yeah, they
And
shelved
then I
it.
think you said it was just like 6 months later they went into the studio and recorded this, right?
Some of these, I think they started recording immediately afterwards, like in the same studio and everything.
Okay, interesting.
Because I think Billy Preston's even on one of these songs. So I don't know if
Okay.
they just continued straight from the Let It Be sessions or what. And you'll see in the Get Back documentary, like 2 or 3 of these songs, they're working on them in those sessions.
Okay, interesting.
Not recording any of them, but
Yeah.
So yeah, but then I don't know exactly the history of the recording of this, I guess, like how long it was, but yeah, this album ended up coming out before Let It Be came out. And we're not talking huge timelines here. Like 68 was the White Album. Let It Be was 1970 and this came out in 69. So
right.
by these days standards, they're
That's
doing
very
pretty quick
fast.
turnarounds. Yeah.
But compared to their standards up to that point, they released however many albums in their 7-year career.
Yeah, they
whatever
were
it
doing
was.
like 9 months between albums. So.
Yeah, which is just crazy. So, okay, all right. Well, then I don't have Wikipedia open for this, and I did not look anything up about this because I like just not knowing anything at all.
Yeah.
So
And people don't want to just watch us sit here and read Wikipedia anyway. So
no.
I'll try to provide fun factoids and
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, hey, I didn't show my copies of the album.
Oh yes. Let's do that.
This is a copy that I bought about 8 years ago at Junk
Okay.
Jaunt. And it was a really stupid purchase because there's so many scratches on it. It's barely playable. It's like just skips and stuff.
Okay.
And I spent $5 on it. And I was mad at myself.
Yeah.
But I didn't have a copy at that point. And then at some point I got this copy, which is another, I think both of those are the original US releases. And this one sounds a lot better.
What's the back artwork look like?
I'll show you on this one.
Okay.
No,
Now it's not as good.
it's not worth anything now. This is the back,
Interesting. Okay, so
which Abbey Road is their studio. It's the road outside their studio. I think the studio is also called Abbey Road.
I think we looked that up one of the other videos.
Yeah. I had said that they recorded Let It Be at Abbey Road. I was wrong about that. They didn't. It was not the rooftop of Abbey Road they went to. It was the rooftop of not Twickenham. It was the other one, EMI Studios, I think.
Okay.
So yeah, and then the final one is I got this recently from someone on Facebook. I got a lot of Beatles records from there, and this is the 2009 remaster.
Okay, interesting. Okay.
Yeah, so I don't have the 2019 thing, which I don't even know if they released it. They had to have released it as just a standard album.
I'm sure they did. Yeah.
Just not on Spotify.
Okay, all right. Come Together in 3, 2, 1. Okay. I love this. I've always liked this song. I think it's really fun.
Yeah, it's great.
But I'm so excited to focus on it. So this is John,
Yes,
and
he wrote it.
He's 10 miles away from us.
like that bass line.
Yes. And that's Paul, I assume.
Yeah.
Drums are interesting. They're very wide. I almost wonder if they recorded like the tom on the far right separately. I'm shocked. The vocals are like 4, 5, 6 dB too low. Like they are non-existent in the song. That sh is louder than the vocal. Now, because the song is so sparse and everything is wide except the vocals, it's really easy to hear it.
That's true, yeah.
But to me, the balancing sounds off. It sounds quiet.
Okay.
Oh, listen to that snare drum. It's like a BB, a little ping. I love it. Everything sounds very clear and wonderful.
Yeah, it does.
Okay. I was wondering where the song was going to go, because I can't remember any of the other part of the song.
Yeah.
And if it was going to make sense why the vocals are where they are in the mix, based on where everything else is. So we're getting 4 guitars here. There was 2 leads in the middle, 1 rhythm on the left, and I think there was a rhythm on the right. This is like a cool bluesy thing. You know, this sounds like the Black Keys type of thing. I know the Beatles came before the Black Keys, but the drums are really dry. Ooh, that hi-hat too. And the hi-hat's on the right side, which is weird. Oh! Oh, that sounds marvelous.
Yeah.
That's so good. Why are the vocals not that loud? Everything sounds so tiny, you know?
Yeah, it does.
Everything sounds so tiny and contained.
I kind of like it.
I do too, because it's so not what you expect it to be.
Yeah, yeah.
Is it going to fade out?
Yep. Not that surprising.
Okay.
Yeah, to hear him yell like the yeah, and it's just like so small.
Yeah, or the guitar on the left is particularly because it's like bum, da, 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 like you just dun dun da 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 da.
Yeah.
You expect eventually it to go bum bum, not
right,
metal,
really
but you
in.
expect it to go like bum dun da da da, and it never does. It's like the coolest riff ever, and they're just so chill. Right? Like it's just like smoke floating on the top of something. Like it's just so just barely there, which is sort of like it's just not what you expect it to be.
Yeah.
You know, and I've heard that one before. I've never listened to it that closely ever. But that's really crazy. So now I'm really curious, and I don't know if we should do this or not, but I want to go listen to the 2009 remaster.
If I had to guess, as they progressed with their albums, like the remasters are probably doing less and less, because as we know, like they started with like the early stereo albums.
Right. You mean the remaster or this mix?
Sorry, the new mixes are probably doing less and less with changing where things are placed,
right, or even needing to, because I know one of the
exactly.
we talked when we first started with this with Sgt. Pepper's and with Revolver especially, that they were using like AI and stuff to separate sounds in the track so that they could pan them a little and isolate things more.
Yes,
and they probably didn't need to do that as much. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, they have all the tracks with this stuff,
but
also just 1969 was a stereo in 1969 was a lot different than 1966 and 7.
Yes. So let me see here. I'm going to just look. Okay, so I thought that song would maybe... Oh, that song is in their top. That's their number 4 most played song with 931 million. So
yeah, that's a very highly regarded song.
I was going to say, so I'm just going to hit play on that. Okay. It's actually long, or it's 1 second shorter.
This is 420, yeah.
So this
should be the 2009 mix.
Okay, so let's listen to that real quick. Did you find it?
No, hold on.
Oh, just go to their main page, and it's like the 4th song down.
Got it.
Okay, in 3, 2, 1. Okay.
I can't believe In My Life is their 5th.
Well, it's not their 5th if you look at the numbers.
Oh.
Okay.
I'm not getting a big difference.
Well, it's less clear, but I think the volume of the vocals is pretty far back still.
Yeah. This song is kind of iconic for that vocal.
Right, like it's
sound.
pretty chill. Okay, that's enough. I just wanted to hear it. So I think... Yeah, okay, good, we're back here. Very interesting. For all the reasons I just said. Like, you expect the song to build to something, and it never really does. That bridge part where the guitars and things came in, I said I thought I heard a rhythm guitar on the left, and also rhythm guitar on the right, and then there was the lead guitar in the middle, doing the be-do-do-do or whatever, and then there was a higher part, like an octave part above that, or a harmony guitar part above that, panned slightly to the right. So if that's the case...
There's a Rhodes organ in there as well.
Yeah, there was extra stuff of this as the song went on. Like I heard, was there strings in there?
I don't think so.
Because something was kind of like whoa, in there for a little bit at the end.
Yeah.
So, and I'm not sure exact. That could have been an organ that they just did some stuff with or whatever. But I liked it. I like that one.
Okay.
I think that I would like us to hear a song mixed that way that does a little bit more. Yeah. Like I liked the way that was mixed, minus the volume of the vocals.
That is not the only cool bluesy song you'll get on this one. So
okay.
I think you probably won't be disappointed.
Yeah, I hope so. Because again, like I said, I was listening to Let It Be a bit more earlier, and I was listening to the songs from the rooftop recording or whatever.
Sure.
They just have such a cool thing about them that like it just feels like a band jamming.
Yeah.
But it's just special. Like it sounds so good, and I really liked those tracks a lot.
Yeah, me too.
I really hated that John song at the beginning of the album, Across the Universe.
Oh, really?
Get out of here with that. That's got to be one of the worst Beatles songs we've heard, I think.
That's funny.
We should do a video where we do the 10 worst Beatles songs. That would be so funny. And then rank their albums in order from the best to the worst. No, we'll do some video like that kind of when we're done with Beatles.
Yeah,
not that we'll ever be fully done, but like, when we're getting close, I think it would be fun to do like a top 10 Beatles songs, but I think it'd be really hilarious to do the 10 worst, just so I can make a video title at that.
Yeah.
I think people would click on that just to be like, what are these? And I say Across the Universe worst Beatles song. People would be like, oh, pitchforks, get your pitchforks out.
That's great.
I'm sure the top
I think that 5 I'm sure we talked about it in the video, but I think there are some people that don't like that song. Like, it's not that crazy.
Sure. And I was going to say, I definitely think probably the top 5 worst songs are all probably George Harrison songs. So,
Hey, well, you may change your tune on this.
And I did like the George Harrison song that was the penultimate track on Let It Be. That was the, I told you it was the highest quality thing we heard. I forget what it was. Shoot. But I really did like that one in particular. And I was like, oh man, this is cool. Okay. All right.
So speaking of George Harrison,
okay.
he wrote something.
Okay. Do you have anything
And-
about that song, the Come Together one?
Come Together, I mean, just... No, that part at the beginning where it's like, shoot,
Yeah.
that is John saying, shoot me. He's saying, shoot me. But the bass kind
Really?
of goes over the me.
Oh, that's really cool.
So it is a vocal, like,
Shoot me.
yeah,
I
it's just
love
kinda-
that. That's so cool.
yeah,
'Cause
it's
like
pretty cool.
It's like a sound effect, but like
Yeah, I never knew it was a vocal until
That's
a
so
few years
cool.
ago, I think. So,
that's so cool. I love that.
yeah. So on to something. Now, I'll just tell you something.
Okay.
And Here Comes the Sun are both George songs.
Whoa. Okay.
So isn't it interesting that the most popular Beatles song of all time was a George song?
That is crazy.
Now that saying that might not be entirely accurate, but at least the most popular on Spotify today.
Yeah.
Is Here Comes the Sun.
Wow.
And this album really, critics really praised George for his songwriting on it.
Okay.
And I think people started to come around on him as a songwriter. And
Okay.
Well, he's sang plenty of songs before this, but you know, he would only write one or maybe two songs, which is also the case on here. But like his two songs on this are really good. Something
Yeah.
is amazing. So
Well, and if you only have like how many tracks are actually on this album? If you think of those,
right, yeah, it's a single album. It's like 38 minutes or 40 minutes or something.
there's only
you know?
10 songs, right? If
Yeah.
from track 8 to track 17, there's theoretically one song.
Yep.
On the original vinyl you have, Cody, is that listed as one track?
They're all listed as separate.
Now, does it
it's
say medley though? And like,
No, it doesn't.
interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the final track on there, the Her Majesty, that's a hidden track, so that's not listed on the album.
Oh, okay, very cool. And it's only 25 seconds, so it's probably
Yeah.
them in the studio going, Lordy, Margie, make it for bossy show. You know, some
Yeah.
Margie eats a pudding.
Majesty.
Yeah, Her Majesty eats a pudding in the morning.
Yeah. Something like that.
What? How do they start that? Let It Be. It made me chuckle again. He's like,
Yeah.
it's like the band. Margie Oates and her something
yeah.
eats her whatever
And
it
Rich
is.
Dawes gets our oats.
George gets her. What? That's so baller to just be so goofy like that and be the #1 band in the world. It's so cool.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
so cool. It's stupid and it's cool and it's
great.
cool because it is so stupid. I agree.
I feel like they did a lot of stuff first just because they were so popular that they could and people
Right.
would like it.
and they would.
so
No one was telling them they couldn't. you
Right,
know?
exactly. And when I was reading about this album, they're like, it was kind of unusual to put out an album cover with no band name or title on it. Even the White Album had the Beatles on it. It was
Yeah.
self-titled. And I don't know, they're surely not the first to do that, but in 1969 it was still pretty early. And nowadays every single album, nobody has
Yeah.
a title on it.
Yeah.
But they just said like, yeah, they said we shouldn't, but like we're the biggest band in the world. Everyone's going to know this album. Why we're not going to hurt ourselves by not putting it on there.
That's so cool. That kind of stuff is neat. That's a contribution to the music industry.
For
Forget
sure.
all these dumb songs. That's important.
I do think that artists these days should go back to putting names and titles on the albums though, because you just
A
go
lot
through and
do.
look at like 10 albums that released, like 9 of them have nothing on them and you have no idea what you're looking at if you're just looking at the covers.
That's very true. And when you're talking about vinyl records, it's really hard to read a spine a lot of the times.
Oh, yeah,
too.
for sure.
Yeah. Yep.
So, all right.
Okay, on to George Harrison's Something in 3, 2, 1. Ah, okay. I recognize that guitar part.
Okay.
I'm going to turn the volume up, everybody. I apologize because it's going to affect it for you, so I'll have to... I didn't expect this album to be so quiet.
Yeah.
So everything's in the same place it pretty much was. They moved the bass off to the right a little. Oh, yeah. Dude, what an iconic guitar part.
Uh-huh. George songs have all the best guitar, of course.
I mean, it makes sense. Listen to the bass go, though.
Yeah.
So is this George singing?
Yes. Yes.
Is this someone singing with George, or is that George singing twice?
I think that was just double tracked.
Awesome. Strings. Ooh. Interesting. They have the drums panned so weird.
Are they?
Like it's mono drums, but then they have certain things recorded separately off to the side. Right? Like this is mono in the middle. It's because the ride cymbal, it's all the 3 drums aren't right here. You know what I mean?
Sure.
You can tell it's a mono signal. Sorry, I'm talking over the guitar solo. Organ is awesome. Is that what's his face?
I'm not sure if it's Billy Preston or not.
Okay.
I have him listed on another song, but
those strings in there, that just like the lush, beautiful, not doing too much, but just filling in the space.
yeah.
And it's brilliant having this song come right after the one before it. Oh. 10 out of 10 song.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Too.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's a good one. And it's so cool that one came after the first one. Now we'll see if the whole album sounds sonically like this. First of all, I think it would be amazing, but I don't think it's going to. Every Beatles thing we've heard so far is kind of hodgepodge in terms of how they approached each thing. But those first 2 songs felt like you could play them front to back. The instruments were in the same place for the most part. And they were like the guitar on the far left, you know, and I don't know, maybe some of it is the modern remix, but I don't think so. I'm sure probably not that much. But I liked the vocals being in the middle. They were a bit proper volume. When the double tracked vocals came in, it felt much bigger. But at the same time, there was the on the organ, which just makes it feel a bit more staccato-y. Then the lush strings come in. And what they're doing is filling in that space that you heard throughout the whole first track. Because I didn't mention that, but when you have a song like that that's so sparse, which is how Come Together felt, the whole song, you almost notice the spaces in the mix where nothing's happening more so than you actually think about where things are. You know what I mean? Like it's the actual space where nothing's happening, where you're allowed to like, it's like you can picture a picture with like blank spaces in it, but the blank spaces have meaning. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah.
That's something I've really been noticing a lot more the last few years, and something, you know, because I think when artists are young, which I know they were, and I'm not necessarily even talking about the Beatles in this case, but I feel like when artists are young and when you are making your first music, there's a tendency to overcomplicate and to cover imperfections and things with just a lot of stuff, especially nowadays. Obviously, everything in the music industry was different back then. How you approach recording, you had to actually be a good band that could perform your songs. You went into the studio and they captured your performance rather than crafting an album in a studio like we talk about them doing nowadays.
Yeah.
Even though I do think there is a lot of crafting in the studio, at the end of the day, even with how you've explained the Get Back documentary, they're working on the songs in the studio, but they're at some point they're like, let's record. They hit record and they perform the song.
And they just play it.
Right. And so that's a lot different than how a lot of albums are made today, where you go into the studio and you just record separate pieces and parts and you craft and build a song in the studio.
Yeah. And I think it even more to your point, like back then, it takes a lot of confidence to put together a song like that where you can sit and listen to each individual part and analyze it.
Yes. And what the point I was kind of building towards was one of the like surest signs of maturity with songwriters is less is more. Less is more, less is more. And that's in almost every industry. But like when you become a mature songwriter and you're confident in what you're doing, you don't need all the extra stuff.
Yeah.
Now, that's coming from me, a person who really does love all the extra stuff. And I think maybe one of the reasons for that is because a majority of the music that I really like is pretty surface level. And so, like, to me, the cool thing about it is all the extra sprinkles, we always call them here on the channel, the sprinkles you put on top of the song. But when you have just a good songwriter writing a good song, you don't need all that stuff. And I'm sure in this case, it would be a time to talk about like Bob Dylan, right? Who just basically sang with like an acoustic guitar. But I'm not a fan of Bob Dylan, and I don't know really any of his music.
Yeah, I'm not going to say like he's such an amazing singer that he doesn't need all these tricks, you know?
Right. But to me, it's the songwriting though, which I think is what
Yes.
people really praise him for. But like, and actually I've way more familiar with his son, Jacob Dylan, who's like one of my favorite artists, who's the singer from the Wallflowers. And
Okay.
yeah, and then his his solo album, which I think is like a masterpiece album. But anyway, that first track, to me, one of the things that was most impressive about it was what wasn't in the song. You know, like we said, you kept expecting it to build to something, and it never did. And that is just holding back. And it's, I don't know what, there's another way to say that, but it's like, I can't think of
restraint.
Yes, restraint. It's writing a song with restraint and being confident enough.
I mean, you and I both love when a song is really chill and then 3 minutes in, it really kicks in.
Just explodes, yeah.
But like when that doesn't happen, it's cool too.
I agree. And we like because I also love songs that are just, you know, balls to wall the entire time.
Well, and there are plenty of Beatles songs where they do kick in and get really heavy too.
Yeah.
And those are great too.
Yes. So then to go from that first track into this one, which just felt like a supernatural building into, I would, if the next song is very similar sonically, but with even more things, I don't know what it's going to be. But if that's what it is, then that would be so flippin' cool. And so I just think that,
yeah, that would be cool.
the track listing so far, them choosing to put those two songs at the beginning of the album, chef's kiss, really great choice. Because sometimes we've experienced, they don't care. Like they'll put a goofy song at the front of their album.
Sequencing is not the biggest priority with them, and I don't know how much especially like when the American albums will sometimes have different tracks in different orders than the British ones. Not these last few albums, but so even at the time, like,
and I was going to say, I'm sure at the time it was most important.
We're entering the album era,
right? And it's probably one of the reasons because of that is because of the Beatles.
This like Pet Sounds and stuff like that in the late '60s is really where that
Pink
changed.
Floyd and that kind of thing, which I do want to do more Pink Floyd. I keep forgetting about them.
I know.
So
people need to bug us more.
Yeah, they do. So yeah, I don't know. I'm good. Is there anything about this song that I need to know?
On something? Let's see if I can confirm that was Billy Preston.
Okay, awesome.
There.
Awesome.
You can see when we get back, you will see George Harrison working on this song on there, and there's kind of some funny interactions he has with John Lennon on how to write the lyrics on that. It's pretty fun. There was a James Taylor. Okay, so James Taylor.
Okay,
you know James Taylor.
I am aware. Yeah,
he was on Apple Records at this time, which I did not know until I heard that on Jeopardy 2 days ago. But he started out on Apple Records. He had put out an album in 68 or 69, and there's a song on there called Something in the Way She Moves. And so that line from James Taylor is what inspired, I don't know about the music and everything for this, but like that's what inspired the lyrics. He started off with that line and kind of wrote a different, it's not the same song at all.
Do I know that song?
No, what you know is what we just heard, which it starts off something in the way she moved.
Yeah, okay, that's probably true.
I don't think anybody knows the James Taylor song.
That has to be one of the like most iconic guitar things of all time.
Yeah.
Like that has to be. I would love it for us to like find an article or something and look at the article. I want us to do some reactions to like lists and things this year. You know, and like find because I've said forever on the channel, I want us to do a list of the top 10 most expensive albums ever made and listen to like one song from each album and see if we thought it was worth it. Because I know like Thriller's on there and, you know, whatever. But like that something like that would be fun. Like most iconic guitar part, like Rolling Stones' most iconic guitar parts of all time. This has to be.
Sure, yeah.
In terms of like a guitar part, like, I mean, obviously you could say like the Freebird solo or whatever, or like whatever, Stairway to Heaven, whatever, something. But like in terms of like a 5-note riff, this has to be like one of the most iconic things of all time.
As far as Beatles songs go, this is another like highly regarded one that a lot of people listen to. I don't know if it's in that top 10 on theirs, but yeah, it's
definitely worth it in my opinion.
Yeah.
So far, I have to say, sonic quality wise, this is like up there with Let It Be. This album so far.
Good.
Yeah.
What do you predict Maxwell Silverhammer is going to be like?
I have literally no clue. Now, when you say hammer, my first thought, a lot of songs at this time that were like the something cannon or something hammer or something whatever, generally I think of like a bluegrassy acoustic-y song with like acoustic guitars, which we haven't really heard on the album at all.
Like If I Had a Hammer.
But anyway, I love like folky music and I like bluegrass music and stuff. And so like, but sorry, that has really nothing to do with this. I have no idea what this is going to be.
Okay.
The only
thing I'll say about it before we get into it is there is a Moog synthesizer on this. So.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Very first, cool. And in fact, there's like 4 or 5 tracks on this album that have a Moog on them.
Okay, we'll see
if we was pretty new at the time. I think Switch on Bach was like 68. So
okay, yeah, we'll have to. I'll see if we notice it and if it's like super obvious. But
yeah.
Okay, this is Maxwell's Silver Hammer in 3, 2, 1.
Joan was quizzical, studied
Paul. Paul song.
Oh yeah.
Listen to that piano recorded in stereo.
Maxwell Edison, majoring in medicine.
God, it just sounds so good.
Can I take you out to the pictures, Joan? But as she's getting ready to go,
Try to pay attention to the lyrics.
Okay.
on the door. Bang, bang, Maxwell Silver Hammer.
Oh my God, I love it.
On her head. Bang, bang, Maxwell
Oh my God.
Silver Hammer made sure that she was dead.
Oh my God, what is this about? Lizzie Borden?
It's a kid killing him.
There's the Moog. This is the best Beatles song ever. Oh my God.
I love it.
Teacher gets annoyed,
Interestingly,
wishing to
is that the Moog in there too?
I don't. Well,
That sounds like
it's
a calliope organ or something.
I think it is a Moog.
tells Max to stay when the class is gone away.
I never noticed it
So
without
he
headphones.
waits behind,
I mean, it's like a circusy organ.
Yeah.
writing 50 times.
He laughs there. I love that.
So, but when she turns it back on the boy,
Oh, that's the cymbal ringing out just sounds so good.
bang, bang, Maxwell Silver Hammer came down upon her head. Bang, bang, Maxwell
Wow. The clangs are not as loud this time. Are they hitting
really?
something different? Yes. Oh. Oh. Who's playing the piano on this one?
I don't know. Probably
Okay.
Paul.
Dude, listen to that bass. It's very beefy and chunky on this song. It sounds like a tuba.
Yeah.
Like, so he's playing it like intentionally to sound like a tuba, I think. But because it's not, it's an electric bass, I think. Oh my gosh.
From the gallery, say he must go free. The judge does
It's so dry, so crisp.
tells them so. But as the words are leaving his lips, a noise comes from behind. Bang, bang,
Whoa!
That's got to be the Moog.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Sounded like a squirrel.
Yeah.
bang, bang, Maxwell Silver Hammer made sure that he was dead.
Whoa! Dude, that's so weird.
Yeah, it's cool. It's almost like a theremin.
Yeah, it sounds like a voice.
Yeah, there's something kind of iconic about that early Moog sound of like,
Dude.
I don't know if you ever listen to Switched on Bach, but it's like all stuff like that. It's great.
I legitimately think that is the best Beatles song I've ever heard. Like, I'm not even joking. I'm not making fun of it. I'm not playing a character. That is the perfect song. That was everything I loved from the Paul songs.
Yeah.
With the whole band playing. There's a guitar solo. They do the chorus 3 times. It's over 3.5 minutes. Well, it's 3.5 minutes long. It was recorded phenomenally. They were spread out wide. If you could ask me to write a blueprint for a Beatles song that I would want, that would be it.
Nice.
And then to add the, like, I forget what it's called, but when you have in a song a reference to a sound and the sound is in there, that's like a specific, there's a thing to it.
Onomatopoeia?
I think that's the name for a word that's a sound, right?
Sounds like the word itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
But it makes me think of like one of my all-time favorite old oldies songs, which is "Knock 3 Times on the Ceiling If You Want Me," right?
Yeah.
Twice on the pipe. If the answer is no, right? I love that song.
Yeah, that's great.
Because of that, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you are watching this video, you don't know what we're talking about, look it up. I don't know who sings it or what year that came out, but I would be, there's no way.
Beatles were knocking on pipes 5 years before that.
I was going to say, there's no way it wasn't inspired by this. There's just no way.
For sure.
But what, so cool. And thank you, Paul, for continuing to do what you've done the entire time, make the best quality sounding thing of all time. But the thing that's cool about this is he didn't say F you the rest of the Beatles. I don't need you on this track.
Well,
oh no, you're gonna say Paul played every instrument?
No. You're right. They all played on it. But let me read you some quotes. There's a famous image that has a few lines, a quote from each Beatle on this song.
Okay.
And it's one of my favorite things.
Okay. Do I need to look the picture up or?
No, you don't. I'll just read it to you.
Just read it.
So, Maxwell Silverhammer. This is what John Lennon says. That's Paul's song. I hate it. Because all I remember is the track. He made us do it 100 million times. He did everything to make it into a single, and it never was, and it never could have been. But he put guitar licks on it, and he had somebody hitting iron pieces, and we spent more money on that song than any of them in the whole album, I think.
Wow. Okay,
so John didn't like it. George Harrison says, sometimes Paul would make us do these really fruity songs. I mean, my God, Maxwell Silverhammer was so fruity. After a while, we did a good job on it, but when Paul got an idea on an arrangement in his head, but Paul's really writing for a 14-year-old audience now anyhow.
Dude, there's nothing wrong with the good fruity song. I'm telling you. Oh,
Ringo.
Oh, bring it home, Ringo.
Everybody loves Ringo.
Bring it home, Ringo.
He said the worst session ever with Maxwell Silverhammer.
Now that I can't complain if he's
really like making them redo it a million times.
If he's Stanley Kubricking the session, you can't be mad.
Yeah,
but like that, it was worth it, in my opinion. Do they have like extra takes of that song on the deluxe edition?
I don't know. Anyway, so Ringo says it was the worst track we ever had to record. It went on for effing weeks. I thought it was mad. Okay, now you want to hear Paul's?
Yes,
quote.
Give me Paul's quote.
He says, they got annoyed because Maxwell Silverhammer took 3 days to record. Big deal.
Oh, that is...
When I read those quotes the first time, I just about fell out of my chair.
That is awesome. I love it. It is a good... It tells you what I don't know anything about the Beatles, essentially, right? Compared to everybody else. Yeah. But to me, that seems like a really good amalgamation of what the Beatles are right there.
Yeah.
Get over it. It was really hard to do. This was stupid. So fruity.
So fruity. I mean, I can definitely see the resemblance of this to When I'm 64.
Yes.
And we've talked a lot about like each album kind of has a Paul song that's kind of like that.
Yep. And Eleanor Rigby. The second it started, I knew exactly what it was. But
I love this. I love this one too, and I think a lot of people don't. for whatever reason.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I think it's super fun. I love the lyrics. It's funny. Like, I love when Paul laughs in the middle of it, and like I love the noises and basically everything you said about it.
Yeah, and he the thing to me that's special about this is the inclusion of the other Beatles. Like, now it makes more like, maybe he wasn't asking them on purpose because he knew they'd whine and moan about it, but that there's a reason that, like, instead of having the Beatles on the track, he'll get a string quartet to come in and play Eleanor Rigby. You know what I mean? Or he'll have a brass section and whatever to come in and play When I'm 64.
He does have the most. It does seem like he has the most songs where it's just him.
But if they're going to complain about it like this, maybe he knew that. You know what I mean? Like,
I do think Paul was the best songwriter. I do think he's the best singer.
Well, and then it makes me wonder, like, okay, then that makes me wonder, and this is probably something everybody knows but me, but like, does that just mean that they're like so fantastic at everything that they're doing that like every other, like, if it really did take them, now they're all probably full of crap, but like if it took them 3 days, that's like nothing. Even if they were playing nonstop just this song for like 12 hours, 3 days in a row, that still isn't even that much to me.
Yeah, so are they just nailing it? Well, look at the track.
That's what I'm saying. Like, are they just nailing all of
these
this
other
right
ones
away?
like you never give you your money. They have take 36 in this later on.
Yep.
Like,
I did see Maxwell's Silverhammer take 12.
Okay.
And that's the only. Let's just see if it's any different.
Because that would be pretty early on in the 3 days, right?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, who knows? Yeah, let's look. Let's go ahead. I definitely would. Oh, and it's 4:44, so there's probably some banter.
Okay.
In there. So this is Maxwell's Silverhammer, the final track on disc 2 of the Super Deluxe Edition. In 3, 2, 1.
We can keep talking about it, won't we?
Yeah. Oh, sure.
What?
Do more.
Oh,
The piano's on the right, by the way.
Yeah.
Now.
You know, a bit. Yeah, it's just something a bit more because it does sound a bit dead when you hear it. Just as an intro.
It sounds a bit dead when you hear it. Dum dum ba dum ba dum.
And
Do that one.
I love this studio stuff.
Oh yeah.
And you'll get a good impression of what the band was like on the documentary.
This is literally like reverse image of what the final song was.
Yeah.
John was quizzical, studied metaphysical science in the home. Late nights all alone.
So who's playing bass then?
I don't know. It sounds like even more like a tuba this time.
Maxwell Edison, majoring in medicine, calls her
Is it a tuba?
on the phone. Can
I don't think so.
take you out to the pictures, Joan?
He's definitely not doing the vocals seriously here.
No, he's getting a little stanky.
They're just practicing.
Yeah.
Doing a run through.
Bang, bang, Maxwell Silverhammer came down on her head. Do-do-do-do-do. Bang, bang,
I love it.
Silverhammer, sure that she was dead.
Let's see who's on. Personnel you've got. So Paul is on piano, acoustic guitar, and the Moog.
Okay.
George is on the bass and electric guitars. And then Ringo, there's no John listed here, so I don't know what
He's complaining about.
I guess his quote is he just doesn't like the song.
I guess.
George, if you look up quotes on anything, George will say that every Beatles song sucks. And like he's just a very pessimistic guy when it comes to all of his previous work.
This sounds phenomenal, by the way.
Yeah. There's Ringo on the anvil.
Okay, cool. They let him do something fun.
I mean, and drums.
Down. Let's see what they do during the bridge here.
Oh yeah.
Is he gonna mouth the solos?
Yeah, because there's no Moog
And just-
here. There you go. I love it. Got like marbles in his mouth.
Dude.
Oh, he doesn't have the words. So they're on take 12 and he still doesn't have the whole lyrics for the
Yeah, I guess.
song.
oh, ho. He probably does, and he's just messing around because he knows
Maybe,
this
yeah.
ain't the take.
Sure.
Valerie. So, is this song about like a murder that actually happened, or?
I don't think so.
Well, they should make a movie called Maxwell Silver Hammer, make it a horror movie, have this be the theme song of it, make a sweet orchestral cinematic slow version with a woman singing. They would sell gangbusters.
I think because he kills the judge at the end, I think.
Ah, it's like I shot the sheriff, but...
He's being sentenced, and he's like, oh, but then behind him.
Oh. See, I wasn't paying that. I was so enamored with the music. This is awesome. And you know what? Oh, well, they didn't fade the other version out, but I was going to say they can't fade it out.
Paul's having fun here, and Ringo and George are just like stone faced, like, get me out
Yeah,
of
they're
here.
just going... But they're
Maybe
not
take
even.
12.
This is
Maybe
just Ringo and Paul, this is just bass.
George, yeah.
Yeah. This is just bass. Okay, hold on.
Oh.
One more. It was good, you know, it had nice bits in it. But it'd be nice to have the nice bits and the other bits.
Yeah, that's what you want.
That's recording in a nutshell.
George Harrison is resting his arm.
Let it be known unto the people.
I want to hear all the takes where they're just bitching and moaning.
Brothers and sisters. Someone should sample that and use it at the beginning of a hip hop song. Brothers and sisters.
Pump up the volume.
Oh man, that was great. I will say, okay, so in terms of the album so far in the mix, they have kept it pretty simple. So the first two tracks, the guitar was pretty far on the left. Then the third track, that one, they replaced that sound and that space in the mix with the piano. But it was recorded in stereo, but you heard a vast majority of it on the left. And the way it was recorded almost felt to me like they did that intentionally, but that was probably a placing issue later. But then the drums have been existing in interesting places. Like I was pointing out in Sometime or something, that they were mono in the middle, but then they recorded tom and stuff on the right side as in a separate track, it sounded like to me. Unless he was playing it and they had
weird mic
setup. One microphone on. They maybe mono mic'd the drums, which is a super simple way to do it, and not an uncommon way to do it, especially now. Because they don't generally have the drums mixed in stereo. But anyway, it sounds to me like they did a track up. They probably did it all in one take. Now that I think about it, so they probably had mics on everything, and they put in the second track, they put out the ride and the snare and the kick in the middle, and then they had like a tom thing off to the side, because that's what I was talking about in the first track as well. And also I have to point out, in both the first and second track, on the hi-hat they did that thing, which is like I've never heard that in any song other than Come Together.
Okay.
Like that's something you never hear in music, and they did it in the first two tracks. They didn't do it in that one, but. So yep, I have a new favorite Beatles song, Maxwell's Silver Hammer. Love it.
So far, you got a new favorite Beatles album. That's what I'm hearing.
Yes, 1,000,000,000%.
Right.
If we keep going like this,
this is what people said. Everyone said this would be your favorite,
yes,
right?
and yeah, they must actually be listening to us, which is amazing.
They know you better than me, because I was like, I don't know, maybe.
Well, the one that sounds the best and is the most consistent.
Sure, yeah.
Okay, now we're on to Oh Darling, which I see has the most plays of any song on this album.
Yeah, it's maybe
according
hard to say.
This. But still, why would that be?
I don't know. I wonder if they may have released that track like earlier or something like that,
maybe,
with the remix. I don't know.
But
it's hard to say on these remix ones.
It has more plays than Here Comes the Sun even. And I don't think I know this one. So
I mean, this is a popular track, so we'll see.
Okay, interesting. Okay, all right. Oh Darling. In 3, 2, 1.
Oh, darling,
This one's fun. It's got a real doo-wop vibe.
believe me,
Whoa, listen to that guitar.
I'll never
Drums are in the middle,
do you.
but they are stereo. Whoa.
Believe me when I tell you, I'll never do you no harm.
What a weird snare rhythm there. Tuck, 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 tuck.
If you leave me,
I love the ooze.
Yeah, me too.
This is just like my friend's band that talked to me about the Beatles for so long before I ever gave them a chance, and now all I do is hear them in this. Hear them in this, yeah.
I love when Paul screams.
Yeah. Wow. And that guitar too is going crazy. Is John doing anything? Have we even heard John do anything on this album yet?
He wrote "Come Together" and sang on it.
Well, I know, but what did he play?
Oh, well, I don't know.
I mean, this could be done by a trio. This is just bass, drum, or no, I'm sorry, no, it couldn't. Bass, drums, piano, guitar. So there is 4.
So this is John on piano, actually.
Okay. He's attacking it a lot. Like, he's attacking the piano. Now, if George is playing the guitar, he's attacking the guitar too.
Oh yeah, he is.
This is like the opposite of Come Together. They're like playing everything loud.
Yeah.
Which is really cool. What? How are they getting those sounds on the drums? Did they have 2 tracks of snare drum? There's something very specific that this reminds me of, and you're gonna, I don't know if you're gonna believe me when I tell you. That is Aerosmith.
Oh, sure.
He sounded just like Steven Tyler there for a second.
His vocals are, sure.
I want to listen to the Aerosmith album that has Dream On it.
Yeah.
Because there's no way you can
On's
convince me that that's the same band that's played every other Aerosmith song I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Plus, that song is like a masterpiece song. Wow.
Another good one.
Yes, it was. So what that reminded me of more than anything else, Cody, Kaiser's Orchestra.
Oh, okay.
That is what Kaiser's Orchestra is. Just
Really?
someone banging away on a piano and someone playing short staccato notes on the guitar, and it sounds like the guitar is playing a different song than the rest of the band. That's literally I really don't ever talk to people about Kaiser's Orchestra because no one cares about them. But
You've talked to me about them.
I've talked to you about them, and I've talked to Chris about them. But like, when you listen to their songs, if you just take it all in as a whole, I'll just talk about this song and I'm talking the same thing. When you take that song in as a whole, it feels like it's all working together. But if at any point you just listen to the guitar, you're like, what am I hearing?
Yeah, I'd love to hear like an isolated guitar part of that.
Because that was just like like weird, like a crazy like synth dubstep part or something off to the side, distorted, which was nice, very clean though, very crisp sounding. Really good, very wide. And then the piano on the left, and it was clearly the same piano that was used on the previous track. So that was like an upright piano. It was the same sound, but it was mixed a little differently, a little more dynamically in this one, and it was more to the left. It was less on the right. May have even been in mono, but I don't think so. And it was being played a lot harder and heavier. And then the bass sounded just like the bass has this whole time, but specifically like it did sound on the previous track. So again, it makes sense why this song is coming from that one. And to go from the cheeky playfulness of that one into the, I didn't hear a single word on that one, but like the more serious and more intense.
It's just a Oh Darling song. It's
okay. Yeah. The more intense intensity of that one and the dynamics of it, you know, getting from the oh darling, right, which sounds like a Temptation song.
Yeah, and it's got the like doo-wop underneath it the whole time, and then he just starts screaming,
and then the screaming, which is cool. It was awesome. So again, really cool. Really liked that one. Really liked it.
Good.
Anything I need to know about that one?
Nope.
No.
Just another Paul song.
Okay, that was another Paul one. Okay.
Yep.
Interesting. Okay, make sure you let me know who does who what, because I think that's worth noting.
Yeah, it is important. And generally, the person is singing is the person that wrote it. But you never know.
Yeah, for
especially when George is singing, because a lot of the ones he sings he didn't write.
Do the Beatles overall look positively on this album? Did you ever get a feeling of that while you were?
I think so. Yeah. I don't know that really. There is a song coming up later where I noted down that it is both Ringo's favorite song and I think John's one of his favorite songs.
Okay, interesting.
But as far as the album as a whole, like I've never really heard like how they talk about each of their albums and like are they good? It seems like they're pretty critical of themselves and each other's.
Yeah.
So
especially because probably a lot of those opinions were coming out retroactively.
They all got kind of catty afterwards when they were all doing their solo stuff, especially John and Paul, even though they remained friends. Like there's a really good documentary that just came out on Paul McCartney specifically and Wings. I was almost gonna like tell you to watch it sometime, but it ended up not being super interesting to me. But it goes over a lot of like what Paul was doing. He just like moved out to a farm right after they broke up, and the Beatles were broken up for like a year or two before ever really announcing it.
Yeah.
And it was just a messy thing. And John's out there in interviews saying this is a fruity song, and Paul's like, you know, they both kind of criticize each other a lot going forward, and it's kind of unfortunate, but you know, at the end of the day, they all respect each other still, the ones that are alive at least.
Yeah. Just to be clear though, it was George that said the song was a fruity song. Wasn't it?
Sorry.
No,
yeah,
that's all right. I just wanted to make sure because
John said it was.
He complained about it taking a long time.
No. He said. Well, I don't know. He said. He hated it. Oh yeah, he said he made us do it 100 million times, which I don't know. He must maybe just wasn't on the final. He wasn't listed in the personnel at all.
Yeah.
So I wonder if he was not on the final take because he just said screw it.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he wasn't on track 12 either take 12 either when we were listening to it. So.
Yeah, but he's the one is like Paul wanted it to be a single and it could never be a single
right. So he was talking about like working on it maybe after the fact. Maybe that's what he's saying because there was a lot of stuff in there that was recorded after the fact. You know. Yeah. I mean,
I don't know.
The fact that they even asked him, like, how do you feel about that take when we were listening to take 12, when he wasn't even saying the words, that's really weird. So, like, they must have taken every take as a serious take. And then, like, and they were probably just asking him, like, how did you feel about that? You know, and he was just like, oh, you know, there was some good stuff and there was some bad stuff. It'd be great if we could get a take with like, all the good stuff, just good stuff.
Yeah, maybe they were,
You know, so. But, I don't know. Okay.
So.
All right, now we're on to Octopus's Garden, which is very weird title. Do I need to know anything about this beforehand, or
this is one of Ringo's only songs that he wrote?
Okay, interesting.
We heard "Don't Pass Me By," I think, on the White Album.
Okay.
Don't pass me by, don't make me blue, or whatever.
I don't remember that one.
It's not the most memorable one, but he only wrote 2 songs for the Beatles: "Don't Pass Me By" and this one. And this one is kind of his most famous one.
Really? He only wrote 2 songs? He didn't do any writing for Sgt. Pepper's or anything?
Nope.
I guess not.
They usually gave him 1 song to sing.
Oh, that's what I must be thinking of, because I know we've heard him sing. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and you'll see him writing this one. It's actually kind of a sweet scene where he's writing this and George is helping him on how to like write a song essentially.
Oh, cool.
And it's just them 2 at the piano and Get Back, and that's pretty cool.
Okay. Okay. Well, this is Octopus's Garden in 3, 2, 1. Whoa. Whoa.
I'd like to be under the sea in an octopus's garden in the shade. He'd let us in, knows where we've been, in his octopus's garden in the shade. I'd ask my friends to
Whoa.
come and see
Whoa.
an octopus's garden with me. I'd like to be
Whoa.
under the sea in an octopus's garden in the shade. We would be warm below the storm in our little hideaway beneath the waves, resting our head on the seabed.
Ooh, those tasty little guitar tidbits in there.
Yeah.
And that guitar in the background that's spread wide is
We would sing and dance around.
this is big.
I'd like to be under the sea in an octopus's garden in the shade.
Whoa. Whoa.
Kind of an underwater effect. Some bubbles. There's some dispute of how they did that vocal effect. It's unknown.
You mean the guitar part? Oh, that's vocal?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, they're going, ah.
okay. I just sounded like a guitar to me.
Yeah.
Because you could do that on a guitar really easy.
Yeah, I think it's kind of accepted that it was done through some sort of guitar pedal.
Yeah, or like a rotary effect pedal thing, yeah.
For every girl and boy, knowing they're happy and they're safe.
I like the inclusion of the literal bubbles sounds.
Sure, yeah.
So happy you and me. No one there.
He's like doubling or tripling his voice a lot of the time, which is a symbol of people who are not super confident when they sing.
Well, I've never really liked Ringo's voice anyway.
I like it.
Yeah,
Is he the only one doing vocals other than the oohs and ahs?
I think so, yeah.
Well, then the other guy should have done it instead of Ringo. The background vocals.
Oh, I see.
Awesome. That was cool. That was kind of folky.
Yeah,
You
a
know,
little country western lick at the end there.
Yeah. Okay, that was a weird one. I liked it though. You know, and
Yeah.
it was structured normally. I liked the way it was. It was a big chorus. You know, I liked that. I thought that was a guitar sound, but it was like some kind of some sort of a crazy effect on it. And then once you said it was vocals, I was like, oh, okay, I could see that.
Yeah.
I don't think I would have thought that if you
really?
wouldn't have said
Okay.
that. But yeah, huh.
Yeah, I like it too.
Yeah.
I'm not a big Ringo fan, and but I like this more than like any of his solo songs that came later that were
Interesting.
hits. So
Well, didn't he write Yellow Submarine?
he didn't write it. I think he sang it. They all kind of sang that one.
I thought that was a Ringo song. I don't know why. I thought that.
Yeah, he only wrote those two, as far as I know, for the Beatles.
Okay.
But yeah, it's kind of like you definitely see as like kind of as a joke about Ringo is like. Did you ever see Walk Hard?
The Johnny Cash movie?
Yeah, the Johnny Cash parody.
With John C. Reilly?
John C.
No, I
Reilly.
never did see it, no.
Oh, you gotta watch that sometime. But there's a great scene where he goes to India with the Beatles, and John and George are fighting, and Jack Black is George.
Really?
Is Paul?
Yeah? Okay.
And Jason Schwartzman plays Ringo, and
wow.
They don't look like him at all, and so they have to keep saying like, well, I really hate you, Paul McCartney. So they keep saying
That's
their
really
names.
funny, yeah.
And then they cut over to Jason Schwartzman. He's like, I wrote a song about an octopus.
That I'd like to be under the sea line.
Yeah.
That it's the way it sounded didn't sound familiar to me at all, but there's something about that. Like, has that been referenced in some other things?
I don't think so.
Just look. I'd like to be under the sea, and maybe that's too generic to search for.
Well, Somewhere Beyond the Sea.
No, that's not what I'm thinking of.
Are you sure? Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, just Octopus's Garden.
Okay, interesting. Huh.
it is a nice, like, pretty lyric, you know?
Yeah. I just, for some reason, I'm maybe some others. People can let us know in the comments, like if there's, there must be something that I've heard that's probably referencing that.
Yeah,
I don't think I've ever heard a artist cover this song.
No,
But
and you haven't just heard this song?
no, did not sound familiar to me at all. I will say it sounded lower fidelity quality-wise than the other ones on the album. But maybe that's just because, I don't know, they multi-tracked Ringo so much there.
Yeah.
Maybe there was degradation to the tape or something, which it doesn't make any sense. But like, I don't know
the details of where and when they recorded all this stuff. I don't think it wasn't like 3 weeks in the studio, kind of a thing. It was kind of disjointed.
Yeah.
Because I know some of these were recorded. We go from like, one of these tracks is like, the note is like, it's the last time the Beatles were ever in the studio together. And then one of them was, they recorded it like the day after the Let It Be session. So there was kind of a wide range there.
Okay. Interesting.
So.
Yeah. So I don't know. I did enjoy that one. I do think that I could hear some like crispy distortion-y stuff in there, which is why I say that it's like less quality.
Yeah.
That guitar was interesting, and the way it starts with like a cool guitar part too, like that. I'm like, if George was helping him, he's like, I'll help you if you include, if I get to like include all this. Like, I doubt Ringo was like, oh, we're gonna start this song with this crazy guitar part, and then the core of the entire song will be guitar.
Yeah,
I mean, he could have, but obviously he's not going to say the core of the song is going to be the drums.
Can't be the drums, right?
But so if you look at the track listing for that one, who does what on that?
So you got Ringo on double tracked lead vocals, drums, and percussion. John on rhythm guitar.
Okay, wow. John did the guitar. Oh, the rhythm, the background stuff. Okay, the spread wide thing.
Paul did backing vocals with George, and then Paul was on bass and piano.
Okay,
and then George was on lead guitar and bubble effects.
Okay, interesting. Very cool. Yeah, so, that's what I would have guessed. So that's cool.
I also think it's just kind of sweet that they gave Ringo a chance to shine here too.
Yeah.
With being their last album and all.
Did they know it was going to be their last album?
I think they pretty much knew. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I was going to ask that earlier and I forgot.
Yeah.
But I mean, you kind of have a sense of those types of things, I feel.
Sure. Yeah.
So. Okay. All right. Moving on from Octopus's Garden. This is I Want You, She's So Heavy.
Okay. Only thing to know about this going
it's
in.
Long.
Yeah, it's long,
no.
and this is the
George.
It's a John song.
Okay.
It's the end of side A, and that'll be relevant. So just pay attention to kind of how it ends.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. I Want You, She's So Heavy. In 3, 2, 1. Oh, interesting. So the previous song had the wide guitar in the back, and this one starts that way too. Again, the track listing is making really a lot of sense.
Yeah.
I want you so bad.
Very bluesy.
I want you so bad. It's right.
Man, the panning of the drums, the stereo image of the drums is really weird.
And I wonder if that's a 2019 mix thing.
I wonder. I like it. I do think it's very pleasant to hear. I'd love it if the whole 7 minutes are just him going, I want you so bad. I want you. That's the only lyric in the whole song.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That's Billy Preston, baby.
Yeah, I was going to ask.
He gets some good licks on
He
this
likes
one.
his stabs.
Yeah.
Ooh. I was joking, but if every lyric in this song is just I want you so bad, baby, like... Oh, wait, this is the John song.
Yes. I forgot you're doing that. It's been a while since we had a John song.
Yeah, it has. I was telling Cody before we started this that last video in the Let It Be video, and it might have been in the part that got cut out, or that we lost, but I actually cut my ear with these glasses because I couldn't get it under the wig. Oh, nice bass. Doom, 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 doom.
Mm-hmm.
I like the jammy feel of this.
Yeah.
Ooh, tempo change. I think. Listen to that organ go. Oh, I was gonna say, are they gonna add the third part harmony? Yes. Let's go. Bossa Nova.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah. Bossa Nova beat.
Who knew the Beatles were good musicians too?
Nobody told us.
Yeah. It wasn't obvious this entire time. But this is what I was talking about with the rooftop concert, you know?
Yeah.
Just them jamming and being musicians together.
Yeah, yeah.
They definitely have like a groove and a vibe that works.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and this was one of the ones that was recorded right after Let It Be.
Oh, okay. The drums are so weird. It's like the close mic signal is on the left. Okay. Tempo change again. Whoa, they were both in the middle and then they got wide.
Yeah.
This is so groovy.
I saw one reference to doom metal while I was reading about this, and I'm like, did the Beatles invent doom metal?
Stoner metal for stoner rock,
Yeah.
for sure, 1,000%. But no, it's not doom or stoner metal. I mean, this sounds like the same band that did Come Together, right?
Yeah, sure.
It's the same kind of approach, but with a lot more. But listen to those drums. It sounds like there's two different drum tracks, like takes.
I don't know what you're saying with this stuff. It doesn't sound weird to me, but I'm having a hard time.
It's like you can hear the like tings of the cymbal on the far right, but the cymbal itself you're hearing on the left. It sounds good.
Yeah.
It's like they're using that stereo effect that they invented on Sgt. Pepper's and Revolver, in very weird way. This is big. This is a stoner metal guitar riff and tone.
Yeah.
Oh,
maybe I said that too soon.
dum, dum. Again with their guitars and sounding like low brass instruments.
Yeah.
I just have never, ever heard that before. Right? It sounds like big brass. Boom, boom, boom.
It's right up to the last album. They're experimenting and doing like...
Yeah, but this doesn't sound experimental in the same way. At all. Before they were like, this song's gonna be totally different from this song, and this song's gonna be like...
Sure.
This is like...
But I guess I mean...
Oh my god, hold on. This is so huge.
Yeah, it's great. All right, we'll let it wash over us here.
This is like legitimately heavier than some like stoner metal bands that I have heard.
Yeah.
Ooh, and that like swirling.
Yeah, it's like a wind noise.
Yeah, that's like a swirl. Oh, that is so like doom metal. Oh my god, I think I kind of agree.
Really? Cool.
You heard it here first. The Beatles invented stoner metal. Oh yeah, bring in the organ. Dude, this is so epic. I wish this was the last track of the album and not the last track of the first side.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'll tell you though, it's great when you're listening to it on the vinyl and it stops afterwards.
Did Led Zeppelin hear this and then decide to be a band?
You know, they were around when this came out. But...
I mean, this sounds a million times better than any Led Zeppelin I've ever heard. Dude, that noisiness. That's so cool.
I think that's white noise from a Moog.
That's so cool. Your poor vinyl record trying to keep up with the spinning as it's just getting crunchy.
Yeah.
You bastards. I knew that was going to happen. I was looking at it. And I was going, no.
You saw the time remaining.
No. I was like, no, please end this. But the fact that they didn't is kind of cool. Like,
it was supposed to be a fade out. So is that better than a fade out?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. I think it's an awesome way to end the side one, because then the needle just picks up and it's like, what? It's over? You get up and flip it over and then you get Here Comes the Sun on the other side.
Yeah. Oh, that's so cool. Actually, yeah. Yeah, because it's like that was the night descending, right? That was the dark descending upon us. Yeah. That is one of the... I don't think that's not my favorite Beatles song at all. Mm-hmm. But that was definitely one of the coolest things we've heard this band do.
Yeah.
For sure. I mean, without question.
You like that more than like Helter... I know you didn't like super love Helter Skelter, but like that's always considered the heaviest
to
Beatles
me
song.
That was way cooler than Helter Skelter.
I tend to agree. This one always like feels so heavy and sludgy, you know?
I mean, Helter Skelter was special in its own way, for sure.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
But this was like, it's different. I wouldn't have even really, honestly, I wouldn't have even brought that up, even though I know they're like, that's the first metal song or whatever, and we're saying that, joking around with this, which this is very... Like I said, I have heard stoner metal bands like that literally are listed as stoner metal genre that don't get that dark and that heavy. Yeah. And just the dun dun dun, like that's.
I mean, we're talking.
Has
69s.
Anyone covered that song?
I don't know. How do you cover it? That's tough.
No. If you just a modern band, you cover it. I mean, that's got to be. I Want You, She's So Heavy. I'm gonna look it up on Spotify.
There's no cover versions listed on Wikipedia, which probably means no hits at least, but this says the abrupt ending of Dream Theater's song Pull Me Under was inspired by this song.
Yeah. So here's the band Coroner doing the song. Yep. Little double bass. There's a let's see, the Beatles, Blue Oyster Cult did a cover of it in December 1980.
You know, Wikipedia does mention stoner rock. There's some critics said it was.
Yep, Eddie Hazel. Humphreys McGee did a version of it. Oh, that's cool. Oh yeah. Whoa, a lot more soloing. Sarah Vaughan did a cover of it. Whoa! Listen to the synths on that baby. Holy crap! What the heck? Hold on, okay, Cody. We gotta listen to this.
You're gonna get this video blocked 8 different ways now.
I'll just cut this out. I'll cut it out. Okay.
All right. What am I looking for?
Sarah Vaughan, I Want You, She's So Heavy. In 3, 2, 1.
Ooh. So do you know Sarah Vaughan?
Yeah. A very famous like black singer from back in the day.
Okay.
This must be an album from hers from like the 80s or this.
Yes, it's 81.
81, yeah.
That's cool.
She sang the very cool version of Peter Gunn's theme song that has lyrics. It's her coolest song.
Okay, so this was this is the song where they recorded this right after Let It Be, but it was also the last song that they finished in the studio together. Like mixing. When they were mixing it, the Beatles, that was the last time all 4 of them were in a studio together.
Interesting. Okay, so that's the same song, actually. That's very interesting.
And then it was John that decided the engineer was going to do was planning on doing a fade out when he said fade it out, but he's like, just cut it right there.
Oh, John is my hero. Imagine there's no John Lennon. There would be fade outs still.
That's right. Imagine there's no fade outs.
Good old Johnny boy. You know what? To keep this train rolling, I'll write a song someday and call it something about John or Johnny. And it will very opaquely reference the idea that without John, music wouldn't be what it is today. And everyone, that's what I'm talking about.
Yep.
Yeah. And it'll be way better than anything the Beatles ever recorded.
Of course.
Okay, so now
right.
get back in the mindset of then your automatic record player picks it up, flips it
There is an
over.
argument to be made from going straight, like on a digital or CD, going straight from that into Here Comes the Sun 2 seconds later.
Right, being very dramatic, juxtaposing.
But I like the letting it sit.
Yeah, I think that's really cool. I agree with you. I think that's cool. Okay, now to, I guess, one of the Beatles' biggest songs, Here Comes the Sun, do-do-do-do, in 3, 2, 1. Is this a Paul song?
George. Remember,
Whoa,
it's
listen to
one of
that organ. I've never heard that. Is that a Moog?
There is a Moog on this one.
Here comes the sun. I say
Strings.
It's alright. Little darling, it's been a long, cold, lonely winter. Little darling, it feels like years since it's been here.
Oh, you told me earlier it was a George song.
Yeah,
Because that's their biggest song is a George song.
we say biggest, but I don't think it charted at the time.
Yeah, but just one of their most revered.
But yeah, these days, Gen Z loves this song, and it probably gets used in more
TikTok
media.
videos.
Yeah, sure.
Smiles returning to the faces. Little darling, it seems like years since it's been here. Here comes the sun.
Ooh, that guitar.
And I say, it's alright.
A lot of guitar layering here. Are there any other instruments like bouzouki or mandolin or anything on this?
There's a harmonium, which is a type of organ. No John on this song.
What a wiener. What a killjoy, right?
Yeah.
That synth in there too. It just does not fit with this. It's very weird. You know, it's a very folky, acoustic-y song, and then this buzzing fly sound in there.
It's
Ooh, that's cool.
They bring in this synth, and it's like, how do we use it? Nobody's ever really used it in pop songs, so.
You know who did use a lot of that kind of stuff? Tommy James and the Shondells.
Oh, really?
A lot of that kind of stuff.
Oh, John was recovering from a car crash right during this song, so.
Thank goodness. He probably would have
What a
ruined
wiener.
the song. Unless this fades out, then he wasn't there to tell him, hey, don't fade the song.
Don't fade it out.
Don't fade it out. Jimmy Crack Corn said, don't fade it out. It's kind of the same thing the whole time, this song.
I've never been a huge fan of this, but I like it.
I like it's clearly mixed. Like, this is fantastic sounding.
Yeah.
There was I want to go back real quick in this because there was a very particular guitar tone they used for just like a second that to me is sort of synonymous with the Beatles.
Okay.
Oh, hold on. I accidentally played the first 1 second of this song. Okay, hold on. I'm going to find where it's at in this song. Maybe I didn't hear what I thought I heard, and it was just like a flanging effect from all the guitars playing together. Ah, it was right there. It was an organ. That's what it is. It's at
Is it
45
that weird-
seconds.
That weird
It's at-
organ I mentioned.
It's at 45 seconds.
Here comes the sun.
When it goes ba-da-da-da, which I know is like every other measure of the song, but
Here comes the sun.
it's like actually at 44 seconds. But on that particular take of that particular time through that, there's an organ on the right that's playing, and it's got a little bit of a rotary effect, and that combined with the sound of the acoustic guitar is a very particular sound that reminded me very strongly of a very particular guitar sound that is, I would think, more associated with like the 90s, but that it sounded very much like that. Very weird, that effect there. So sorry, I don't know how much of that I'll leave in. I think I can leave that in, but interesting.
Okay.
So do you have anything about this song other than what we talked about?
No, it's just super popular these days.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, it's kind of had the staying power more than any other Beatles song.
Not my favorite, but
Yeah.
it is what
It is kind of funny that that this is the only. Is this the only one they have over 1 billion plays
Is it?
on Spotify? Yes, it is.
Interesting.
Which seems crazy. It's the Beatles, you know.
Well, I'm sure it's been used in a lot of movies, and that's how people of a younger generation
Yeah.
have been introduced to it. So
It's not that. I guess it's crazy to me that some of their other songs are not billion play things, because it's not that weird to have 1 billion plays on Spotify, right? Even for older artists.
no, it's pretty rare to have 1 billion plays.
Okay,
I think. Yeah, it's pretty. I mean, we've actually been listening to a lot of billion play bands recently when I do 21 Pilots, Gorillaz. But other than that kind of stuff, One Republic, Taylor Swift.
And maybe it's different for newer songs that come out, because obviously,
the
they're
people
going to get
stream
more
that
attention.
stuff.
So
Yeah, but this
maybe
is
it's
the Beatles.
hard to compare.
So it's the
I
most
know,
played band. So.
Yeah, I bet if you go to Fleetwood Mac, they probably have 3 billion songs.
But also, if you look at it, like these 23 million plays are not contributing to
That's true, yeah.
the other
There's
version.
a million different versions of this, yeah.
Right. So I think that's really splitting stuff off.
That's fair, yeah.
Okay, now we're on to Because in 3, 2, 1. Harpsichord sound. Is that an actual harpsichord, though?
Yeah.
Very cool.
George Martin on that harpsichord.
Cool.
And this is a John song, but they all sing.
I love this. The balancing with the guitar and the harpsichord, that's very cool.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
So each of them is triple tracked on this one.
Interesting.
So you got 9 vocal layers.
But they probably recorded it 3 times with each of the 3 people at one time.
Yeah, maybe.
Is the whole song like this? That's really cool if it is.
They can make changes.
Yeah,
up a
don't
little
tell me.
bit, but, yeah.
Don't tell. I don't want to. All of a sudden, there's a metal guitar solo.
Right.
This is very lullaby-ish.
Yeah.
It's in 3/4 time.
Yeah.
Ooh. Oh, give it to me. Yes. That slow attack. Whoop, 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 whoop.
This is the most switched on box sounding.
Okay.
Song.
Yes, I could see that. I feel like you have to be just a little bit more musical to make a song in 3/4. I mean, that's probably not true, but it's just, I mean, there's no drums on this,
Yeah.
but I do like this.
Yeah, me too.
I don't know if it needs to be this full length, but I like what's happening.
I love whenever the Moog kicks
Yes. It's such a foreign sound.
in. Yeah.
It's such an alien sounding sound.
Yep. And then that, the harpsichord going the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of remember there being a little more to the song, but yeah, it's kind of a transition song going into the medley here.
Yeah, I would definitely. Yeah, that was not like a traditional or a conventional song at all.
No.
I love the lush vocals though. Very beautiful.
Yeah, they sounded good together like that.
So yeah, very chill. Like I said, lullaby-y sounding, and very just like lush. Very, very. There was nothing attacking you in that song at all. It was very laid back. Even though the sound of that harpsichord is pretty. I mean, the sound of a harpsichord.
Very square wavy.
Yes, it's very harsh sounding, really. But I mean, one of my favorite scenes in Amadeus is when Mozart is playing the harpsichord in that. So like, I mean, it just makes me think of like classical music. A harpsichord is a classical, from long way back in the day, obviously. But it just has a very particular sound, and we talk about, what do you call it? Baroque pop or whatever,
Baroque
Renaissance
pop.
stuff.
Yeah.
Like, all the bands that I know of that love the Beatles have songs with harpsichord in them. The Beatles or Blur, this other band who is I keep thinking of them are my buddies that love the Beatles. Like, that stuff. Like it all has harpsichord in it, and a lot of. I mean, a harpsichord is just an instrument, and a harpsichord sound is on every single keyboard you buy, no matter if it's a $5 keyboard or a $500 Yamaha keyboard with weighted keys. Yeah. Like everything has a harpsichord sound on it, and it's one of the few sounds that is fast transient, fast release. Fast attack, fast release. So you hit the button and it immediately makes a sound, and then you let it go and it basically is immediately cut off, but there's a natural curvature to it. So it's not just on or off. It has a natural sustain,
but it's fast.
Yes, but it's very fast. So you can go,
Yeah.
which is why they played it in classical music, right? It's not a slow instrument. It's just like a piano. Fast attack, fast.
But the way they played it here was so like soft and like.
Yeah, and harpsichord has pedals on it like a piano does.
Okay.
So you have a sustain pedal and stuff like that, I believe, on a harpsichord.
Okay.
So you can control things like that, and maybe even a damping like a pedal too. But and then to balance that out with the guitar on the right, just very simple, very nice, very like I was saying in that first track, very minimalistic kind of bare approach to writing, and then to just have the extra layers of vocals, really nice and pretty. Yeah. Okay, so now we're to the big one, the long one, or whatever it's called, the long one.
Yeah.
I think it's called on the thing. So we're gonna go ahead and listen to this all the way through, and we'll talk over it like we have been, and we'll just see kind of what happens.
Yeah, I tried. I didn't really take many notes about. What I will say is, at one point in this, and I won't tell you which one.
Okay.
You get the only drum solo in a Beatles song.
Interesting. Okay. It's probably one of the whole songs. If I had to guess, I would say one of these tracks is just a guitar solo.
Yeah.
And if I had to guess, drum solo. And if I had to guess, I would say it's Mean Mr. Mustard. If I had to guess.
But I'll maybe point out who wrote each part of this.
Okay, yes, definitely let me know as we go through this. All right. You never give me your money, which is a weird sentence. In 3, 2, 1.
Paul.
Okay.
On this one.
Pretty piano.
Yeah.
That's a different piano. That's a grand piano, not the one we've heard so far on the album, the upright one.
Yes.
Was that a bass the whole time? Or that was a guitar, probably. Oh. That was really interesting how they had that fade in there. Oh, weird. Ooh. Dude, their vocal harmonies are just
unmatched.
So good. Well, I was going to say that, but then I think of the Beach Boys.
Oh, sure. Yeah. There was a lot of good harmonies in this.
But they're using it differently, though, than the Beach Boys.
I just love all their voices.
Yeah. Good old Paul McCartney. Now they're on the upright piano again.
Yeah, you're right.
Unless they were just playing the piano differently, but it sounds like a
I
different
don't think
piano.
so. That was a
Yeah.
I think you're right.
Distorted vocal kind of in the middle here. Ooh, that sounds like bells, but it's a guitar.
Oh, is it?
Right?
Okay.
Doesn't it sound like bells?
I think you're right. Yeah.
Maybe it's
Yeah,
both of
I
them.
think it's a guitar.
It,
Yeah, you can tell now. It's a dinner.
Yeah. but maybe they were like doubling it with the
Oh, maybe.
chimes or whatever those are called, the big church bell things.
Yeah.
You hit them on the top. They really like bending and slurring notes together. Like George does that a lot, if it's George on the guitar.
I believe
Now this
it
is multiple guitar parts. Ooh. Ooh. Distorted bass? No, probably a guitar. Whoa. The vocals are low in this song. Kind of like a come together. Whoa. Was that a delay or was he going? Tambourine. We have a tambourine sighting. That bass. Very cool. Oh, it's fading out already?
I know. I've kind of always wondered why this is considered part of the medley. Because it fades out. It's a full-length song.
But there's like a... What is that?
I don't know. Never listen with headphones.
That's like a tape
frogs.
loop thing.
Yeah. Sounds like swamp.
I don't know. It sounds kind of oriental to me, that bell thing.
Yeah, maybe.
All right, going into Sun King. I already love this.
Yeah. This is a John song.
Oh. That is Dwayne Eddy.
Yeah.
That is twang. And it's doing it. They're continuing the panning thing like they did with that sound effect in the previous track, having it go back and forth slowly.
There it goes again.
Yeah, trippy. Pink Floyd. E.
Sure. Yeah.
I love that guitar sound. Oh my gosh, I'd eat that for days. Oh, it's just so good. Huh?
Very Beach Boysy. I never noticed. It's Here Come the Sun King.
Whoa. Dude, this is awesome.
Yeah, that's great.
This is just everything. This is like what they were trying to do with Pet Sounds, but like tastefully done.
Yeah.
Italian? Oh. And that guitar. If every one of these tracks faded out, I would throw my headphones off and walk away.
Yeah, that'd be a terrible medley. Another John song and the next one, they kind of go together.
So what is that bass instrument? It sounds like a bass guitar, but it also sounds like a brass instrument. Ba-da, bum, bum, ba-da-da. I think it's a distorted bass.
Paul is on the fuzz bass.
Yes, distorted bass. Okay. That's okay. So this is a Paul song, you said?
No, it's John.
Or John, yeah.
This one and the next one, which kind of go together.
Okay.
Only place that he's ever been. Always shouts out something obscene. Such a dirty old man. Dirty old man.
It's like every song ends 1 second too late before the new track starts. Which is just...
Yeah. I know, it's weird.
This is slow. I'm feeling rage slowly building up inside of me. Because it's pretty obvious what's happening here.
It gets me back when it gets to Golden Slumbers and Carry That Weight. I love those two.
Ooh, interesting. Little auxiliary percussion stuff in there. Very cool.
See, I think that's a good transition.
Yeah. Paul.
It's a Paul song. Yep.
He's doubling his vocals.
Yep.
A lot of creative drumming and stuff going on all these songs. Sounds fantastic. Sometimes their vocals, they're like background-y vocals where they're all together. They sound like they're just close to like bursting out and being distorted and like just almost too much. And maybe that's a remastering, like remixing thing of them trying to pull as much clarity out of it as possible. Oh. Yeah, they got like a snap thing in there. Are the songs all lyrically linked together at all, or? Not really.
I don't know.
As much as any of their songs are.
I know You Never Give Me Your Money is kind of about the band breaking up or having troubles.
Uh-huh.
And then the end is kind of acknowledging that, I think, too.
Yeah. Sundays on the phone to Monday.
No, I love Golden Slumbers.
Okay. This pissed me off. Because it's, like I said, it's obvious what's happening here. And I'll explain it to you, because I'm sure nobody's ever thought this before, but I'll explain it to you when we're done.
Get back home, sleep, pretty darling, do not cry, and I will sing a lullaby. Golden lullaby.
This sounds a bit familiar.
Yeah.
Once there was a way.
There's a commercial on TV right now using this.
Is it?
Yeah.
Interesting. This is a Paul song, obviously.
Yes. Yeah.
I love the inclusion of the strings. And the strings here are a lot more present than they were on Let It Be. They're not as low passed.
Yeah. I'm starting to realize that my favorite Beatles songs are these Paul piano, these Let It Be style songs.
And I will sing a lullaby.
And that's another good transition there.
Yo.
And there's your You Never Give Me Your Money.
Oh. We don't have very long for a drum solo, I'm telling you. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Reprising back to it. Okay.
Yeah, I think that's kind of important in a medley. But,
Yeah. Well, not necessarily a medley.
Well,
Maybe. I'm like really unfamiliar with medleys because if I see medley, I would skip it to the next thing. But
Sure. That's what I figured you would say.
this is awesome. The carrying of the weight and stuff, that has probably a lot of meaning to it.
Yeah.
Especially because, well, I was joking around before, but now I'm actually kind of seriously wondering if they've said that this is what they were doing here. All right, the end. That better not have been the drum solo there.
No, there's more.
Okay, I was gonna say. You can tell the drums are focal point here, though.
Yeah.
They're like, okay, finally, Ringo, you can play something. The last thing we'll ever write together. Here you go. And he's like, 4 to the floor, not doing any soul and no fills. Just
don't get too fancy.
Whoa.
With Ringo.
Whoa. Is that that's extra people? Or is it just the Beatles?
I think it's just the guys, yeah.
I thought maybe is there wives and Yoko Ono and everybody in the studio.
Let me check.
Whoa! More of that! Whoa! Whoa!
Each member has a guitar solo on this part.
Very cool.
If you want to call them solos, I don't know.
That was Ringo. 2 notes.
Hold on. Ringo may not have.
Okay.
Oh, no, he did. Oh, no. Sorry. I'm wrong.
Okay.
All right.
Well, because he had the drum solo, so he had his own
That's
solo.
right. Yeah. It's a very famous line. It's a very nice line to end their career with.
To end on.
Yeah. I mean, the Beatles they're all about just love, right?
Kind of pissing me off that there's something after this now.
Yeah, this song was Her Majesty was cut out of the medley and just tacked on at the run out groove, I guess, or close to it.
Right, and you said it was a bonus song, so okay.
Yeah, it's not listed.
You're right, a secret song. And then that clearly had like 5 to 6 seconds of silence at the end of it.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
Okay, so do you want me to tell you what was wrong with that?
Sure.
Do you think can you guess what I'm going to say?
No, I don't know. I don't know what you're...
I know, you never know what I'm going to say because it could be some pulling out.
I mean, to me, it seems like they had a lot of fragments of songs and they wanted to get them all on the album.
Yeah,
but
that's exactly what I was going to say. Like this is a band who didn't want to work together anymore, but had some cool ideas, and they were like, let's just put them all together and do it, and use the excuse of a medley to do it like this. But then they just happened to have like all the budget in the world.
They could have made it a double album. Like there's no reason why they couldn't have just like made all these into full songs and fleshed them out and whatever.
Right.
I don't know. I didn't do a lot of reading on like how the medley came about, but to me, like every album I've heard that has a medley, it's all kind of like that. They're all like 1 minute snippets of like what could be a full song, but they're not making it a full song for whatever reason.
See, usually to me, when I hear a medley, what I think of is a band doing a bunch of like a verse and a chorus from other band songs, like cover songs. And so they just do like a piece of like a famous song that they like.
Yeah.
And then they just play like the Black Sabbath medley that Iron Maiden did, just as an example. I'm making that up. That's not a thing. But then they pick like 5 Black Sabbath songs, and they do like a verse from one, and then the chorus, then go into a different song's verse. And that is like a medley.
Like there was a #1 hit song in the 70s that was the Beatles medley, where they just re-edited like 5 huge hit Beatles songs into a 10-minute song and released it. So like that was kind of a thing in the 70s where they would just make medleys of popular artists too. So there's a few different ways of like doing that. But like I think of like the Beastie Boys have a medley on on Paul's Boutique, and it's kind of like this, where it's like 30-second snippets of things that are not just their other songs.
Right. And I mean, and to me, it just sounds like you didn't flesh out the ideas, or you didn't have anywhere else to go, or like in this case, they didn't want to work together anymore.
I could see that.
Like,
but then
which to me, I don't like. I loved everything we heard, and I would like it to be a full song. I don't. And
that was kind of what I was expecting from you.
Or call it one track and just say it's a progressive, which at the time they didn't have a thing. But like, just if it was all listed as one track, if that was listed as one track. And that's what it was intended to be, then I would feel differently about it.
The thing is like Golden Slumbers and Carry That Weight are basically one song, and that's 3 minutes.
But they separated it.
They separated it in the track list, but it was clearly like recorded at once.
Yeah, but you said on the back of the album, from the time, it was listed as 2 separate songs.
Yeah, it's
so to
listed
me, it's
as 2 separate songs. But does it matter what it says in the album or what you're hearing?
Yes, I think what matters is how they presented it. Yes.
All right. Because there is some clunky transitions in this. For one, You Never Give Me Your Money fading out is kind of ridiculous to me.
Yeah.
If you're going to call that part of the medley, it should fade in. It should at least transition to
it should
Sun
work
King.
with it.
But like Mean Mr. Mustard and Polythene Pam go together very well. And clearly we're like, I don't know if they were written at the same time, but like you could have called that one song. And to me, the distinction doesn't really matter. What really matters is what I'm listening to.
Yeah. I mean, I think what they did was they did record each of these things completely separately. Like, I don't think that they performed any of this together. They were all recorded
that's probably
separately.
True, sure.
And then some of them happened to fit together really nicely. But
yeah. Which
is a thing that surprisingly happens a lot when you're putting an album together. That's why track listing is important. And track is it just called track listing? Is there another phrase for that? Sequencing. Sequencing is important. But it just it's frustrating because on a selfish level, it's like, man, wouldn't it be cool if each of these was its own song? Yeah. Because to me, a minute-long thing with one verse and one chorus is not a song.
Sure.
That's a transition.
Or if you took the 3 best ones out of here and made them into full songs and then was the rest of the album.
1,000%. Yeah.
I've thought that in the past before. I don't know. Over the years, I've kind of come around on the medley, and I can listen to it straight through, and it's just like a fun ride.
And I could also see, too, at the same time, like this... So, remind me again, this was the last thing they recorded, but it was put out second to last.
Yeah, but I guess they maybe didn't know that it was going to come out. They didn't know that Let It Be was going to be delayed so long.
Right, I think. So they were thinking this was their swan song.
Yeah, and it was the last thing they recorded.
Right. And so, like, to me, if you look at it from the perspective of like, well, we either never hear this or they do it the way they did it, I'm happy that they did it that way, so we got to hear it.
Get it all out there. Yeah.
Right. However, you know that there are probably hundreds of songs that they wrote that never got recorded at all.
Oh, and they went on to do, I mean, what was the big song Paul McCartney released in like the year that this came out? I think he 69 or 70. Like the stuff on his first album was like stuff that he had been writing since the Beatles, and same with George.
For sure. I just mean like that you shouldn't use that as an excuse.
Sure.
Like unless they were like, it's hard to tell, because like maybe they did initially set out to make this like a double album and they only got that far with these songs and then decided to put their effort into the other ones. Or,
I don't think so.
Or these were just songs that they really liked from across their career that they never got to record. And they were like, let's just pick some songs and do it.
Or is it maybe they just could never figure out how to make them into full songs?
Or that.
But they liked what they've had, and maybe they had been sitting on them for a while. I kind of do wish I did a little more research on the medley, but...
Well, that's all right. We don't have to know everything. It's fun to kind of guess. And then people can tell us in the comments like what it was or wasn't, but... It's just a bummer because, again, it makes me think about what could have been,
I know.
Because a lot of those ideas were so cool and so epic. And like Carry the Weight to me was the coolest part of all of that.
Yeah, Golden Slumbers into Carry the Weight, and then how Carry the Weight brought back You Never Give Me Your Money.
Yeah, yes.
I think that just kind of puts a great cap on it. And then the end is just a great song with all the solos.
Yes, the end is really cool, yeah.
So I do think it ends very strong.
Yeah, it feels very intentional with how they put it together, which to me gives it more credence that it deserves to be there.
Sure.
But it's just a bummer. And I have gone on record on this channel in the 250 plus reactions that we've done that I don't like short songs that don't feel like you go on a full journey in every song. So I can't sit here and tell you that like I really enjoyed individually any of that, except for maybe You Never Give Me Your Money did feel
you
like
really liked Sun King though.
I did, yeah.
And that was kind of a non-traditional song that didn't need to be 4 minutes,
Wait, was Sun King the one with the guitar?
Yeah.
I thought that was You Never Give Me Your Money.
No, that was the Paul song. The Sun King had the Spanish lyrics in it and
or the Italian?
I guess Italian. Probably.
Well, I don't know. It sounded more like Italian to me. But it had the Dwayne Eddy guitar.
Yes.
Okay. Then in that case, that to me sounded amazing, and I would have loved a full song of that with real lyrics and like more of a fleshed out chorus and stuff. But I don't know.
To me, it was a good length.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean,
it was a very slow.
It was a good length for what it was, but imagine if they had a verse in between each time you heard that cool guitar part, But what I'm seeing here more is that there is a very progressive element to this and to all of the Beatles stuff, way more than I expected. Like, way more. Like this, if you ask me, like the one thing about the Beatles is like, I'm just shocked at how unconventional they were. Yeah. Because you just don't expect, because like the first 70, probably way more than that. The first like 100 songs they released were just generic pop music that wasn't generic, you know what I mean? But like it was pop music. And that's why people revere them so much and everything. But like the unconventionalness of what they're doing, which I think now looking back on it with what I know and everything, came from the fact that they didn't want to work together anymore and were forced to do things themselves. And so that's why they're like, okay, well, if I get to do anything I want, then I'll just do this.
There is a lot of like, they just wrote the song and brought it to the studio.
Right.
You read that a lot in reading about any of these tracks.
Right. Which to me is the sign of people that don't necessarily want to work together that much.
Yeah.
Right. And so when you have that, each song is an individual idea from an individual band member, and it feels very disjointed. And that was what the White Album was in its entirety. Yeah. I do think Sgt. Pepper's sounded that way, but it felt way more cohesive to me. Like they were all contributing to the same idea. but individually contributing to the same idea.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of considered a concept album.
Right,
like,
which
has a theme to it.
Right, whereas White Album felt like an individual contribution to an individual song that then just happened to all be on the same album.
Yeah.
And in that one, since it is a double album, and there were lots of things on there that could have been cut off of it maybe, you know, not that anything was terrible, but like that was them with all the time and still probably enjoying being together more. And then you get to this, and they've been approaching Let It Be and this album in that same way as White Album, but it just wasn't working as much. And
Let It Be, they made a concerted effort to record that like together, write it and record it together in the studio again.
Right. I was just literally going to say that. Like, you could tell that they were trying to fix the relationship, right? They were trying to like, they were like, we got it. Let's give it one last shot and try this, you know. And then
it's kind of amazing that this album
sounds so good. Yeah.
Even exists.
Yes. Although it does sound like a lot of it, John wasn't there for parts of it, and
for
whether it was a car crash or whatever, you know. But like, yeah, okay. Let's listen to this final 25 seconds and whatever the heck this is, and just see. Okay, Her Majesty in 3, 2, 1. Oh, okay.
Her Majesty's a pretty nice girl, but she doesn't have a lot to say. Her Majesty's a pretty nice girl, but she changes from day to day. I want to tell her that I love her a lot, but I gotta get a belly full of wine. Her Majesty's a pretty nice girl, someday I'm gonna make her mine. Oh yeah, someday I'm gonna make her mine.
That's Paul walking out the door. They like cut off the last note on that.
Yeah, on purpose?
I don't know. I don't think so. Or I don't know.
That was useless. Whatever. So
I'm just walking out there. He starts over here. It's like he's walking out the door for
they
leaving
put
the studio.
They should have put footsteps in there and then
door
the sound
closing.
Effect of a door closing and then abruptly shutting it off that way. Whatever. I'm going to ignore that.
It kind of like not understates. It kind of the end is such an appropriate end.
Yeah.
You know.
But it also is kind of like, but you're going to listen to Paul McCartney for the next 70 years, doing whatever he wants with no limitations whatsoever. And some people are going to hate it, some people are going to like it. So here you go. You're stuck with this one, Last Beatle.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm going to ignore that. So I think I'm super conflicted because okay, let's do it. Let's do this. Okay, let's come up with the total amount of time that this album actually is, not including any of the medley.
Oh, well, okay.
Let me just type it into Google. How long is Abbey Road without the medley? Let's see if AI can figure it out. Abbey Road is 47 minutes and 3 seconds long in total, excluding the roughly 16 to 19 minute long B-side medley, which runs from You Never Blah, 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 blah. The first side and standalone tracks are approximately 28 to 30 minutes. So what we have here is the best EP the Beatles ever released.
I think you're looking at more like 31 minutes.
I don't care. That's still the same thing.
So you don't count any of the medley as part of the album?
No, I do. I'm just saying... Now I'm trying to think of, is this my favorite Beatles album?
Okay.
Because to me, now this is going to be make so many people mad. The quantity on White Album is what I would have said is my favorite Beatles album before this. The quantity of White Album means that I can listen to whatever I want. And I can hear the entire breadth of the Beatles on the White Album.
Sure.
This album is way more consistent. So I think that I love that aspect of it way more. I think this album sounds better than the White Album, so it's produced better. I think the songs overall on this album, I would say, are better, but maybe not, the best song on this album, I don't think is as good as I think Maxwell Silver Hammer is the best Beatles song I've ever heard. And I'm not kidding about that.
I love that.
I think it's my favorite Beatles song. I do think the best song they did is Let It Be. I think Let It Be is like top greatest song of all time tier list.
Okay.
Now, I think Maxwell Silverhammer is my favorite Beatles song. I like that. But I think probably the highs from the White Album are better or are more high than the highs on this album.
Okay.
Because what are the big songs on White Album?
I mean, back in the USSR, we got
No.
While My Guitar Gently Weeps, Blackbird.
No. See, to me, the
Helter
the white
Skelter.
Obla Di Obla Da.
Okay, yeah.
I like the second part of the album better. Rocky Raccoon
Yeah,
was good
that's a one.
stuff. So, like, I think, okay, in looking at this, I don't think any of the songs, maybe Obla Di Obla Da, but I don't think any of the songs off of White Album are as good as, hold on, I'm trying to find a good way to like just go through their discography so I can click on the different albums.
Right.
So Let It Be has Let It Be, which is like one of the greatest songs of all time. The Long and Winding Road, Get Back, which is fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
So like, but I think Let It Be is by far the best song on that album, in my opinion.
Yes, I agree.
The best song off of White Album, like I said, I was just looking, is probably, I would say, in my opinion, Obla Di Obla Da, or...
Everyone hates that song. That's okay that you like it. I mean, it's a popular song, but like,
Yeah, I mean, I think
it's one of their...
Blackbird is a great song, but it's too short, and there's a foot tapping the entire time.
Sure.
And none of the other songs are even really standing out to me. Like, I can't even remember. Oh, wait, hold on. That's only disc one. Oh, I wasn't even looking at disc two. Oh, wow.
Yeah, the White Album is 93
songs.
minutes.
Okay, so then Birthday was great.
Yeah.
Helter Skelter was fun. Revolution 1 was
Revolution
fun.
1 is a good one, yeah.
Honey Pie was good. I think that's just a smaller thing.
Yeah.
Good Night, I can't remember what that one was, but like, so I don't even know what the best song on that one is. So I do really like that album because there's just so much on it that it's like,
Yeah.
there has to be a great full-length album mixed in with all this. Sorry, let me just finish my thoughts here.
Go ahead.
My problem with Abbey Road is that the medley is frustrating to me. And it's there, so it is definitely part of the album. But if you just didn't take that into consideration, then obviously Her Majesty is not part of it either. So we're only talking the first 8 tracks, right? So you're talking 8 songs, all of which I loved. Were very consistent. There's some long stuff on there. You know, I Want You, She's So Heavy is 7.5 minutes. So
yeah.
But
and I think when you take that and then you add in a 16-minute medley on the end of it, I think it's a fantastic album. And it's like, this album was 47 minutes. All right, it's 31 minutes without the medley. But their other albums are like 35
pretty
minutes.
Short. Yeah.
Like 35 is a pretty typical length for them. It's not that. So this is a pretty long album for a single disc
you're
album.
right. Like, I'm just trying to wrap my head around it.
Yeah.
Like, I do
I'm not trying to out-logic you into liking this album.
No. I
think it's okay to say that this is a great album because the first 8 tracks are great, and then you get a medley, and maybe the medley's not my favorite, but like...
No, it is. Yeah. I'm not fighting with myself over whether this album is good or not. I'm trying to decide whether I like it better than the White Album.
Okay.
And which one's
like
my
you're trying
favorite
to decide
album.
if it even counts as an album.
No, I'm not. It does. Right. I do think that to me, the medley being on the album is like negative points. Okay. Like, it's not a positive that it's there. Okay. However, I'm not mad that it's there. Like, I'm generally the person that's like, I like all the bonus tracks at the end of an album. Like, give me all the stuff.
You like Revolution 9, for God's sake.
Give me all. Right, I do. Give me all the stuff, right?
Yeah.
However, generally in those cases, it's not it doesn't feel like you're like, in this case, all those songs on the medley, it feels like I'm missing out with every single one of those tracks.
You
because
get disappointed
it could
every
have been
minute
more.
and a half.
It could have been more. But
I can see that.
And so that's just like, that's just an overall thought thing. I do think the first 8 songs are all fantastic. Like, there was really nothing that was disappointing. There There was, is because the one that is the harpsichord and the,
Yes.
so that song to me, I felt was more of like an intermission thing.
Yeah.
But I
Sure.
do, but I think all the songs that came before that were good full length songs that were interesting. And there was long stuff that wasn't boring. Like we were talking about on the White Album. There were some songs
Yeah.
on the White Album that we were like, ooh, I can't believe I'm saying this, but this Beatles song lasted too long.
Yeah.
I think that
it's the White Album like takes you on a journey, and it's not all great.
no,
But you at the end you've heard 93 minutes of music, and it's kind of like
right,
you're
and
exhausted.
that's kind of what I started out saying. Like to me,
Yeah,
the
and I like that.
quantity of the White Album is like so impressive, and
Yeah.
and it's like they're giving you extra things you wouldn't need, but they are fleshed out ideas for the most part. And so I like that better than this album having like basically seven phenomenal songs, and then a plethora of somewhat disappointing
fragments.
stuff. Like
Yeah.
fragments, yeah. And so
And some of them are fleshed out more than others. Like the
Yeah.
three in the middle of the medley that are John's song, the Polythene Pam and the Mr. Mustard. That's kind of where it loses me. But it always gets me back at the end when it gets back to Paul and it reprises and you get the Golden Slumbers and the other
yeah.
one.
Like I said, if it was presented as one track, then I would be like, oh, this is really cool. It's a track that they put all these different
Yeah.
ideas into. But because they separated it, to me, in my brain, that's them saying, no, these are just separate ideas that we had. And we
Yeah.
mixed them together on the album.
I mean, they want you to think of them as separate songs.
Right. That's
For
why I
sure.
asked how it was presented on the artwork, because I think that's sort of, to me, the definitive.
It does matter.
know.
Yeah.
So anyway, sorry, I'll probably cut some of that, and I'll probably cut me debating, because I do. I still haven't decided if I like this album better than the White Album. I think I do. I think if we're just talking about what the songs are, I definitely like this album better.
I mean, your reaction to I Want You to See So Heavy was probably unlike the reaction you've had to any Beatles song.
Yes. Yeah, because it was like unlike anything we've heard from them, for sure. Like, their Beatles aren't a heavy band.
No, but even when we listened to Helter Skelter,
I was like,
it didn't
okay.
blow your mind. You know?
Yeah.
But this one you really loved. So
yeah. And Mr. the Silver Hammer, whatever it was.
Maxwell Silver.
Maxwell Silver Hammer, like, literally blew my. That was like the culmination of everything we've talked about that was a Paul song.
Yeah.
That's the best one. That's the best Paul song, easily.
It was worth the 3 days in the studio.
Oh, I think so. Yeah. And I think that's the best. That's my favorite Beatles song of ones I've heard. I honestly say that. And I think
great.
because every time we get to a Paul song, it's like, here we go. And then every video we have that conversation, and nobody's like, what are you talking about? Eleanor Rigby is just like When I'm 64. And I'm like, because there's no other conventional instruments in it. And they're like, what are you talking about? Oboe is a conventional instrument. I'm like, shut up. It's not in the band. None of the Beatles play the oboe. You know what I
People
mean?
will definitely agree with your comparison. Comparing this to When I'm 64, this is very similar.
Sure, yeah, and I just
on
love
its surface level, and I could see why people don't get what you're saying with Eleanor Rigby, but this one they'll get.
No, they ain't listening to what I'm saying then.
I know.
And which is totally fine. That's just but I loved this. I thought the album was really great. It's sad. The ending of that was sad. The end was sad. And them saying carry the weight, and I'm not listening to the lyrics of any of this at all, but you did, it felt like it was ending. That whole thing had final track vibes from the, like you said, from the Golden whatever on.
Yeah. And of course the end as well.
Yeah, and the end as well. Absolutely. And so that was, it. And I wouldn't say the whole album felt that way. It does make you wonder, man, if they would have made one more album, because I feel like it's been getting better and better and better.
I mean, it's like they got a Moog and put it on they're still doing new things on this album.
Yes.
Right up to the end.
Yeah.
And it's like they would have kept doing new things.
Yeah.
They would have had multiple masterpiece albums left in them.
I agree.
Sure.
I agree. Because I don't know if I would say any of these albums that we've heard have been masterpieces.
Sure.
I mean, that's getting into semantics.
A lot of people probably would.
I mean, that's getting into semantics, but to me, to be a masterpiece album, it has to be a perfect album. And I can't say that any of the Beatles albums we've heard didn't have a track on it that wasn't
Sure.
Every one of them had a track on it that wasn't perfect.
Yeah.
And so to me, when I think of a perfect album, a 10 out of 10 album, it is you do not need to skip any song. Now,
I don't think a masterpiece has to be perfect.
I agree. And Chris and I have talked about that before, the difference between a masterpiece album and a perfect 10 out of 10 album.
Yeah.
So I agree. I think a masterpiece album can have songs on it. So in that regard, I guess I would say that maybe I think I really need to go back and listen to Sgt. Pepper's again, because
it was the first one we did. And
it was the first one we did. I didn't really know what was coming or anything. And now that
and you didn't have the context of everything.
Of anything. You're right. I had no clue. And so I do need to listen to that one again. Yeah. And I just, and I'm excited to go back and listen to their pop stuff, which I think we talked about doing the blue album or the red album. The red one.
Yeah. I don't know what we'll do next. If we'll, I am excited to rewatch Get Back.
Right. Yep. And we'll do that somehow. I don't know how we'll do that.
I don't know if we just do a short 45-minute discussion video on that afterwards.
We could.
You really can't do a reaction to it.
Well, I mean, if we could, like, if I come visit you, and
it's too long.
Well,
you got to like split it up into 2-3 days of viewing, really.
Well, yeah, I'd have to come visit you for several days. It'd have to be like a thing that we plan out.
Yeah, right.
But I mean, we could. I don't know how we could do it remotely.
I don't know that we would get enough out of it. It's not a whole lot of like. It's such a thing that you like get to the end and it's like, okay, now I know how this was recorded, rather than like a series of moments where.
Well, so would it be possible then to like, are there like clear cut points in it, like where it's like, okay, we watch if it's 7 hours. Are there
we could do each one and be like, okay, now we're going to watch the next part and record them over a couple of different sessions.
Well, I was just going to say, like, we on our own, we say, okay, this Saturday we're watching the first part of it, and then we're going to record a video when we're done talking about it.
We could do that, and then smash them all together or whatever,
and then put them all together over time. Yes,
and then you do kind of get your predictions and stuff, and somewhat reactions in the middle of it. That's a good idea.
Yeah,
I think it's split into 3 parts.
Okay, and each part's probably like 2.5-ish hours, I would guess.
1 or 2 hours probably.
Okay, well then that's doable, I think. Yeah, sure. If you were just like, okay, today you have to watch this, and then
I think it's if we were going to choose what to do next, I would say that, because we just did Abbey Road and Let It Be, and that stuff is still kind of fresh in our minds, because that's where you see that stuff being recorded.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll see.
But if you're sick of Let It Be, we could also come back to it later.
I was just going to say, I think I was thinking we would take a bit of a break from the Beatles now.
Oh, that's totally
do like
fine
2 or 3 Blur albums, get that done. Then we don't have to do anything else with Blur.
The Beatles album that we didn't do, Rubber Soul, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's the one that still has not been remastered.
Yeah.
And everyone was kind of predicting that would be remastered because they needed the technology that they've developed to pull those stems out or whatever you call it.
Yeah.
And so the last time I looked it up, everyone's like, is Rubber Soul coming in 2024 or 2025? It's like, I guess not.
Yeah.
But I do know they're working on it at least. So hopefully we'll get that in the next year. That would be ideal.
Yeah, I would say we kind of just wait for that.
Yeah.
I do think
and so that maybe the only thing left to do is the Red album.
Right. Yeah.
To kind of cover. And for those wondering, the reason we're doing that is because Patrick is so impressed with the new remixes, and that's all we've listened to. I mean, we've done comparisons.
Yeah.
But all those albums that came before Rubber Soul are represented on the Red album, all the best tracks of them. And those albums are not, all the American ones have different track listings. The American ones are like even different albums and different titles and stuff. Like, it was before they became an album-oriented band, I would say. And so on the Red album, they remixed all of those songs that made that cut. And so I think that's a great way to just hear the best of the rest, I guess.
Yeah.
Of what's left. But I do think Rubber Soul deserves to have the full treatment.
Now, is Rubber Soul on the red one or the blue one?
I think it is on the red one. Like, we'd have to
either skip those or just listen to them.
We'd have
probably
to
skip them because I'm sure the album's not very long by itself.
Yeah.
The Rubber Soul, I mean.
Yeah. In fact, I want to say a lot of Rubber Soul is on there, and that's why people were saying, like, well, look, they've already remastered and released half of it.
Yeah, right. Which tells me that it's possible for them to go back and do the treatment to like literally every Beatles album, which I'm sure is probably their plan eventually. But
Right. So we'll see if we take a break. Maybe with any luck, they'll release it,
or at least
summer or
announce it, and we'll know like if they have a
Yeah.
plan for it. Because then,
And
if they definitively have a plan, we'll wait. Because we can wait a year
sure.
to do it if we need to. But I do think doing the Red album it's super interesting to me to hear their early stuff.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of those songs I will know, but hearing the modern remix would be crazy. And then also putting it in context with everything we just heard will be super interesting.
It just blew my mind that I realized, I looked up when Yesterday was released. You know Yesterday, right?
Yesterday,
Yeah,
all our
like-
trouble seems...
That is such a like later Beatles album style song, and it was on Help. And it's like,
Which is
all
before
the other
Rubber Soul.
Yeah, before Rubber Soul, and I think it was the one before Rubber Soul. And so
Yeah.
like they had inklings of like what was to come at that point.
Yeah.
But yeah, we would hear that one on the Red album as well.
Yeah. So we'll just see what ends up happening. But
Yeah, and people can give us suggestions on how
kinda
to
let us
approach
know.
the documentary too, because
yeah, if anyone has a good idea of how we could do that in a way that's manageable,
I'm starting to think your idea of we just record it in 3 different sessions and smash the videos together and kind of try to do it over a week.
yeah, like
whatever.
to me, we could do it over months if we needed to that way. But like,
Sure.
I liked the idea the most of us being together to do it, but I understand that doesn't make very much sense. Yeah, the only thing I'm afraid of is we're going to start this and I'm going to be like, this is so cool. We have to record reacting to this somehow. But just because you can doesn't mean you should,
Right.
We need to stop and think about whether we should and not whether we can, or whatever the reverse of that.
And it is like a very slow film.
Right. And
The only
for
reason
sure.
it can exist is because it's the Beatles and people want to see every little interaction.
Right. So we'll see. But if anyone does have suggestions of a good way we could do it, let us know. We can't do everything. So,
And obviously we can't really use footage on the thing. And
we get into trouble when we do even watch a music video or something. I got to throw watermarks and everything over the top of it. And so we'll figure it out. We'll try to find the best way to do it. And we'll try to get that going as soon as we feel like we're ready to.
Yeah.
So thank you everybody for watching. This has been a way longer video than I thought, but it's fine. I feel like we did the album good justice, and it's fun for me to sit here and talk about how much I love this stuff. So hopefully everybody enjoyed that as well. So thank you all for watching. We will see you all next time.